I'm trying to fuck.
Let me in, I'm trying to fuck. Let me in, I'm trying to fuck now. I said, let me in.
Down. Hey guys, welcome back to another 6 Feet Under Studios podcast. It's a new year.
Thank God.
It's chilly outside, and we're outside. But before we get to that, we're gonna thank our beautiful, beautiful sponsors. Like always, gonna take Old SheepDOg, located at 3900 Rosa Avenue, El Paso, Texas 79905, right there on Lincoln Park, guys. Stop by, have delicious beers. 9 on tap? No, 8. Sorry, Jim Ward just finished. 8 on tap. No, the beer Jim Ward finished. Sorry, I was just thinking. No, I wish, dude. Ganun na siya. Go stop by, have some delicious beer, say hi to Gus. This is the month of his birthday, so happy birthday, Gus.
Feliz cumpleaños a ti. I don't know the rest of the words. No, actually, happy birthday is not copyright.
True. Oh, that's right.
It's public domain.
Yeah.
So, sing that shit as much as I want.
Yeah, and also, another special thanks to Vitolas. Vitolas located in 216 West Franklin, El Paso, Texas 79901. Right there next to the baseball spot. Stop by, grab a beautiful cigar, say hi to Fernando and Mia. And say hi to everybody, dude. Say hi to Carlos, too. He's always helping us out there. So it's always a lot of fun. But we are... Oh, well... There's a part, actually, I don't know.
Also, guys, please be sure to check us out at 6feetunderstudios.com, where you will find links to all of our streaming platforms and all of the other projects we have working on. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and as well as on YouTube. And you'll be able to find links to all of that on our website, 6feetunderstudios.com. Today, we are here... actually at Good Times is this downtown? It's considered downtown?
Yeah,
kind of.
West Central?
I don't know that's downtown, right?
I think it's Kern now.
Yeah,
this is Kern.
I think if you
place.
up this way, it's totally Kern
Yeah,
now.
we're in Kern here in El Paso, Texas. But we're not. We are
the actual
actually
bar.
we're not at the bar in the patio area, right in front of the beautiful White Knife
Beautiful, it is.
dining.
It's my little punk truck. I love it though. It's like it's awesome. It's a little funky truck.
You can
man.
introduce yourself, dude.
Perfect. Well, my name's Alex Wolters. I'm the owner and operator of White Knife Dining. Yeah, and that's that funky little food truck I was talking about right here. This little.
I like it that it's like murdered out. That's
Oh,
the
dude,
best
that was one of the coolest things about it. Like, as soon as we even looked at the truck, the first thing the three of us said were like, "Oh, that's dope. That looks good."
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, we were like, "Oh, yeah, we like it like that."
I said
Like,
the same thing. It's like, holy shit, it's all black. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I think for those guys that are listening, watching, they might join us later. Stop by.
Oh yeah.
So,
One of them I think has working a little bit, and the other guy is just lost in the wind somewhere. And that, I mean,
It
as
happens.
usual. Yeah, as usual. I'm not surprised, man.
Also,
Yeah,
before
always.
we continue, we're drinking today Vinny's Lager, the anniversary beer from Old SheepDOg. Vinny Lager is your coming to age beer. If you think about Mickey's, the closest thing you can get.
Yeah.
But higher alcohol.
But
levels.
higher alcohol content, right? Like,
Yeah.
but with bigger.
Yeah, and it's
Congratulations on that 1 year too. That was a good thing,
let's
man.
pop this baby's open.
How do you get that?
Like slapping a hoe. Feels great.
Nice music in the
Or
background.
like just a normal Saturday for me.
Slapping a hoe or just cracking a beer?
Hey, take
or those dos.
take your pick.
Like whichever you feel like. You're like, we'll see how we feel. Let me finish the beer and then we'll see. I mean, like, and then if there's any hoes around,
I
we're
might.
over here at Good Times. Just, if you want to stop by.
Good times.
Yeah, if we're here hanging out.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
I mean, that's really what happens when you're at Cincy, right?
I mean, that's the whole thing about Cincy, right? Like, that's why you come to
That's why you
Cincy.
come to
Yeah.
Cincy.
You come to Cincy to get Cincy nasty.
No, Cincinnati. Oof. Go smack some hoes at Good Times, right?
They're getting no much promotion on this.
I know, yeah, right? They're gonna have to say something. They're
Yeah.
like, thanks, guys.
But yeah,
Come hang out. Anyway.
But what was the idea with you guys buying a food truck?
Well, to be honest, like it all kind of started with actually just wanting to open a restaurant. I was in LA for about the past 7 years. just doing the same thing, cooking, trying to be better at my game. And I decided it was about time to come back and open up a restaurant, you know? And to be honest, if I have to be honest, which I guess I have to be, I don't want to be.
No,
But
you can be honest. Be honest.
I didn't want a food truck.
No?
I didn't even kind of want to start at a food truck. I wanted to dive right into a full like brick and mortar and just like
Take over.
and just go at it. Yeah, exactly. That was the idea. I just wanted to jump in and like not even look at a food truck, you know. I mean, that's kind of because El Paso doesn't really have a food truck scene, you know.
No,
It does. It's getting little. It actually got a lot stronger
I was
because of
gonna
the
say,
pandemic. Like, it actually picked up a lot because of that. But it's still, I mean, and when I say a food truck scene, I mean like various amounts of different food trucks. You know,
not
like
the
you can
same.
you can always get tacos. You know, you can always get some sort of like hamburger or something like that, or even barbecue. You know. But you go to other places, you go to other cities, and I mean, you'll get lobster out of your food truck, and you'll get crazy stuff out of your food trucks, you know, like grilled mac and cheese sandwiches, and just like full culinary like adventures, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just not something that happens here in El Paso.
Because
We
everybody
just-
here just wants to eat tacos.
Well, yeah, I mean that's it. I mean
That's cool,
because it's
but-
like 4 for $1 and
Yeah.
shit like that, and you can feed your whole family for $6, and it's.
Yeah, but
I mean,
like, try
I'm not
something
knocking
new.
tacos. I mean, I want to say that right now. Not knocking tacos because I love tacos. Actually, my favorite taco joint is El Emi, just down the street. Oh, God, they are on
we've been there a
point
lot.
with their tacos. They're just so good at it. You know,
Yeah.
they're great. But yeah, like I said, I didn't really want to start with the food truck. It was just sort of a means to an end. You know, I didn't really see a big food truck scene here, but it got us legitimate. You know, it got our papers done. It got everything we needed, so it let us actually start selling food like legitimately.
And if it doesn't work, just park somewhere else.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. You know, you can just like, I literally like turn the fryer off, dump some oil, and I'm down the street in like 10 minutes. You know, like, and I'm somewhere else. You know, so it's easy, and I mean that's cool. But it has been difficult. You know, getting the food truck up running to where we need it to be, finding
Yeah.
spots, getting business. It's been. It has
Was
been.
the
easy,
food truck
man.
pretty much like this when you found it? Or was it like a?
Oh no, it was almost exactly like this. Oh, we
really?
did, like we didn't do anything to it. Like honestly, like we said when we found it, we were like,
It's flat.
yeah, this is dope. We actually picked it up from the guys over at Benny Frank's. They mentioned to us that they had a food truck. And again, hope everything's good.
We're outside, guys. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, we're on a patio. Yeah.
If
They
you're
didn't just
listening-
pull into my living room and like turn the
If we
sirens
would have done
on.
this earlier, you would have heard the fucking Trump rally that broke through.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was on my way to the store and I just heard a bunch of honking and I looked over and I saw this just mess and I was like, that's fucking silly. That's fucking silly. But yeah, our boys over at Benny Frank, Benny Frank's mentioned they're like, hey, we got our own food truck. I don't know what you guys are looking for or what you're interested in, and that's kind of what pushed us towards actually getting a food truck. Just having somebody offer it to us. So right off the bat, we talked about it a little bit, decided that it was kind of worth the cash. Again, it made us legitimate. We could start doing like the pop-ups we were doing before. We didn't have any paperwork or nothing, like we were just showing up places. Yeah, we were just showing up places and be like, hey, do you mind if we, like slang some cheeseburgers here? Or like when we were over at Hope for a couple of those,
Yeah.
we did our barbecue pop-up and, we did actually, like we did a taco pop-up here and that was cool, But yeah, they were all kind of legit if
It was
you
inside a
don't look
place.
at the papers. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't on the street, so that was cool.
Because that would have been like, where were you? Just under the freeway?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, like right under Geronimo, right here, like right at the Circle K. Just
Flipping
hanging out.
fucking
Yeah,
piss out of you guys.
exactly, dude.
That would probably have been the best thing for you.
It probably would have been a lot
That would've
easier.
been
But this thing ended up, covering all those bases and at least getting us started. So we could start, kind of building a bigger following. Work on a few more things, tighten up some recipes, see what works in El Paso, what doesn't work in El Paso. Again, I'm coming out of like 7 years in LA, so that's a completely different mindset of like
you're
what
right.
sells and what doesn't sell, and so this kind of helped us figure all that sort of stuff out.
Because that's the thing I like, because your food, it's like legit one of my favorite food trucks, just because it's different from like
Thank
you said,
you.
like fucking tacos.
Thank you.
Like,
So
like,
what is your menu? Like, what's your menu?
Oh, right now, I mean, we're all kind of varied. I always call it like just
Whatever I
American
feel like it.
cuisine. Yeah, just like it's American cuisine. Right now we have the smash burger, which is
Delicious.
a double patty cheeseburger that's pretty kick-ass. It's got a nice onion jam on it. I really like it because it's the jam. They get lots of those.
What's the difference between jelly and jam.
Definitely.
It gets jamming.
Jelly don't shake like that, yo.
And the fucking music in the back, like
Yeah,
fits.
right. And it's letting it go, right? But I mean, we got a bunch of different things. We got poutine. I mean, just regular French fries, of course, because everybody loves that stuff. You know, we have our Nashville hot chicken sandwich, which is like a killer.
My
It's what
favorite.
most people love. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the go-to that most people come to when they come to our truck. You know, buttermilk marinated, real nice and spicy. Our smoked mesquite honey. Ooh, that's killer. Like, I'm all patting myself on the back. Oh, that's delicious. You should just come try it. Yeah,
I mean, like,
it's
yeah,
really
that's-
good. Yeah.
Like, I don't even look at the menu. It's like, just
Right.
give me that shit, dude. Like, just put
The
it-
Nashville nuggies are really good. That's a new thing we threw on. So it's basically our chicken sandwich just without the bread and chopped into little chicken nuggets, you know.
Nice.
And it works, I mean, phenomenally, you know. The tapatio shrimp's really good. So it's a lot of different kind of, I mean,
Yeah.
basically bar food for the most
Yeah.
part, but with a couple little extra things on it, you know.
With a twist.
Well, yeah, trying to make them a little bit better than what usually comes out of a food truck, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, it works. It sells. Most people are super stoked about it. I'm super stoked about it, you know. We've changed the menu a couple of times, just depending on where we're at. We spent a little time over at Blackbird when it was still Blackbird.
When it was Blackbird.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
yeah,
peace.
yeah. I mean, we hope to see you soon. Pour one out.
I would, but I'm enjoying this.
yeah, right. I'm gonna give it a try.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think. Because I told you it's like a Mickey's. Like, it's you're coming to HBO.
Oh, that's delicious.
You know,
That's
the
nice.
best thing? Because,
Oh, it's nice and crisp at the end too.
Ooh.
That's nice.
the best thing is that just think about the 16-year-old came out with this recipe, and he doesn't drink. Like his son just
He's
made
never
the
had
recipe.
beer. He's never drink.
It makes so much more sense to the name too.
Yeah.
Like that's perfect. I mean, not because I just drank a bunch of Mickeys when I was a little kid. But I'm like, oh yeah, when I was coming of age, I was slamming Mickey,
Yeah,
so it's perfect.
And then
Like,
that's Beanie because that's his son's name.
no, that's great. I need to do that with a burger or something like that. I need to not just have a kid so I can name a cheesemburger after it or something like that. But that guy,
now I
yeah,
can name my burger.
Like, all right, cool.
I
Now
don't need him anymore.
Yeah, like,
Give him one.
okay, you can do whatever you want now. Like, I'm awesome. Like, yeah, I got my cheeseburger, all done. Just take a picture with him and the burger, like it's just all swaddled up right in the hospital.
And they're the same
Like,
size.
yeah, exactly, right? Like, woo, like just loving it.
Ah.
I'd have to learn how to do that. I have to figure that out, man. I'll have to get somebody's name on a burger or something like that,
Shit.
you know, just because I'll do like a contest or something like that, you know. I don't know what the contest would be like.
Like, come with the recipe.
Like
and,
come out, yeah, or something like that.
Or
Or just
come and
like
make it here, not
you
like-
add it. No, well, no, dude, that'd be a terrifying one. You know how many names on cheeseburgers I have to put? You're like, oh, show up naked. I'm there. What's up? Like, done. Put my name on this shit. Like, it'd be instant, you know.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Now
dude,
I'll do like a-
especially here. If you see her like at 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's why.
It's
Dude, like,
fucking
it won't
everywhere.
take no time. Some dude like just walk in. He's like, "Oh, there's a contest." I was just, oh my bad. All right, I was just cruising around. I
I was like, I was just
cool.
chilling.
I'll totally take a cheeseburger. That'd be great. Or do like an eating competition. See how many patties people can eat or something like that, and whoever can eat like a 10 patty burger or something like that.
Oh, damn,
like,
man.
I'll name it after you or something
How
like
much-
that.
how
Because
much
a 10
time do I
patty, 10 patties only like, I mean that's only 5 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like a half-pound burger.
How much time
like-
would you give?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think an hour, dude. so-
No, dude, that's way too long. I could finish like
30 minutes?
I could do like 5 pounds in like an hour.
You
like,
could do 5 pounds.
yeah, I don't know of what. I mean, like we'd have to talk about like if it was pasta or like salad or like salad's very filling, you know.
Yeah,
so I don't
mashed
know.
potatoes,
Like
fuck you,
5
dude.
pounds of salad is also like that garbage bag full of like salad. So it's different compared to like a couple patties of meat, you know, like. I don't, yeah,
But it's-
maybe
is
30
it
minutes.
just a-
Yeah, like 30 minutes. Like just the burger.
Just
Like,
the burger.
yeah.
Like, does it come with fries and a fucking soda or like?
I mean, you can throw fries on it just to be a dick, right?
Dude, I
just
think
to kind
because
of
it would-
like.
that's
it would-
gonna hit the lemon. Just
I
like,
was gonna say,
grab
I
the
would
fries.
take like an hour, I think, on that
You
shit.
think? No, dude, 30
Because
minutes.
I've had
man,
a
30
pound
minutes.
burger before, and I'm like, all right, this is pretty filling. I could probably
Yeah,
eat
that's
another
what I'm
one, but
saying.
it's pretty filling. So I
Well,
would
let's
think
see. All right, like 10 patties. If it was 10 patties, that's 5 burgers. Oh, see, that's only like 2.5 pounds. Because each burger's like a half pound. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not including like bun and everything else. That's just meat, you know. So that's not the cheese, the bacon, like the buns and everything else, you know. Like.
I want one guy to finish it and then be a dick. Is like, can you add some extra like bacon on it? It's like,
Can you do some more?
Yeah, right. Can you finish
I'm
it?
like,
Like,
I'll
hey,
let
you know
you add
what?
some, like,
Can
you
I
know
get
what?
some
Like-
fries with this, please?
Or the next challenger has to have like
An extra
another patty or something like that, or like more bacon or something, you know. Like, well, this guy finished 11 patties, plus a side of bacon and some poutine fries, all in like 30 minutes or something like that, you know? Like
5 pounds of poutine fries. Fuck you up.
dude.
Or just make it the ultimate
Like
Mexican
that's
burger.
one whole bag of French fries. Like an industrial bag of French fries, they come in like 5-pound bags. That's
but
one
with
whole
the
bag,
cheese and the
not
gravy?
including the cheese,
No,
not
I know,
including the
but just
gravy,
picturing
and
that.
everything else. Oh, that'll murder you, dude. You're like that'll instantly clog your arteries. I'm not saying that I wouldn't try, but I just want to warn people that it might clog your arteries. I'm not saying don't go out there
There's
and
gonna
do
be a
it.
waiver
Like,
with
go
your
out there
burger.
and try it. Yeah, give it a shot. You
I
know?
gotta lie, I will try it.
Yeah, sign it, right? I probably would.
I
I'd
would
have to
try
have
it too, but
I'd
I
have
mean,
to have
I don't
people
know.
sign
Yeah,
like
dude,
the
easy,
burgers,
easy.
right? Like
Yeah,
a waiver or something. Like if you have a heart attack, it's not my fault. Like you have to sign
came
a
to this
waiver,
knowing
right?
what was gonna happen.
Yeah. Like I feel like there'd have to be something to like, woo.
I'll do it, but then I'll
Maybe
take 2
if you
days
die,
off
it's
from
not
work.
my fault. Yeah, of course, dude, because you're gonna have like a block of food that's gonna take 2 days to digest fully.
Just
you
wear your
know?
stretchy pants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like just stay in your yoga pants and just don't do anything for 2 days and sit there and just
It's
like love life, you know? Like that's it.
No
Just chill.
need for the 2 days, just water.
Yeah, you won't have to, dude. It's like a snake. They eat once every like week or something like
Every
that and
month?
just
No.
digest. Yeah, something like
fucking-
something riduculous like that. That's how you'll end up if you eat like 5 pounds.
A week
of
later, you're
poutine.
gonna go around people and be like, dude, you gained like 10 pounds. No, I'm just still
Yeah,
digesting.
yeah. Dude, it's still that. I think I'm only on like pound 2.5 or something
They're
like
like,
that.
dude, I haven't eaten
I have
in a
another
week.
2.5 to go. I'm pretty sure. Like
Okay, we haven't
not
seen you
doing
in
Like,
good.
guys, it's kicking. Oh my god.
It's fucking
that's what's
worms
gonna happen.
already.
Yeah, it's just gonna end up being one solid French fry when it comes back out. Like that's what it's gonna be.
It's a big-ass
It's just
snake.
gonna be a big ass fucking. And I serve a crispy fry, like the crinkle fries
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's just gonna look like a straight up French fry, dude. I swear. Like no difference.
It's like,
You're
"Hey,
like,
why did you remodel your restaurant? I was like, well, I did this challenge.
You know, actually, it was just spontaneous. It just happened. You know, we didn't plan on that going down the way
Damn.
it did. But
I feel sorry for that plumber that has to come over and see that pipe.
Dude, I live,
just walking in, all like, oh,
just thinking of my house.
Ooh.
I live in a 1920s
Oh.
house. My plumbing is not the best.
Ah, yeah, it
Just
can't be
pictures
good,
like
right,
that,
dude?
dude?
I've had, dude. I mean, oh shit. I don't know what. I don't know why this popped into my head. Maybe it's because you were talking about strip clubs when I saw you last time.
When are you not talking
But
about
like-
strip clubs?
what would you call them? Like breast clubs or like
breast bars.
breast bars? Yes,
Shout
breast
out to,
bars. And
to
not that
Milena
like,
the laundromat.
and why these two go together, you'll see right now. But like, just so I was over at a strip club. I can't remember which one it was, but I ran into a buddy of mine who ended up just being sort of like the bar back there, and I didn't know he was there. You know, we were just there partying. It was my friend's birthday, and we just ended up going there. And we're like, oh shit, you know, we run into my buddy, start talking to him, chatting him up, and then he, you know, starts getting to work. And we're like, oh shit, you work here? Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were fucking hanging out. You know, so whatever. He gets to work. We start, you know, doing the breast bar thing. You know, the hangout. And we go to the, I go to the bathroom, and he's kind of right behind me. And I go to the bathroom, I open one of the stalls, and this is how you connect the two stories. It's just like covered in shit.
Oh,
like
dude,
just
that's gross,
like
man.
like the dude didn't make it in, stopped at the door, something like that. I don't know, but had his pants down and just like
Just went for it.
blasted the place. Like blasted the place.
Shit, dude.
And my buddy's right behind me. And he walks in and is like, well, I guess I gotta clean that. And I like, my heart sank. I never felt so bad for somebody in a long, long time. And I was like, dude, I love you to death. I'm gonna go use that stall. And I just like, and I walked over. Yeah. And he comes back with like a glove on his hand, plus a plastic bag and a mop. And I'm like, dude,
And all
that's
wet
just,
just because
yeah.
he
I was
showered
like,
himself after
dude,
that.
that's tough, man.
Dude,
that
And that,
sucks,
I mean,
dude.
that just came into my head for whatever.
Well, it's because like
Whatever
even
reason
last
you
time
to
we were
talk about
talking
this.
about breast, what Jeremy said was like, well, I just went to breastwork, showed up with my bag of McDonald's to watch the game. I was like, cool. Yeah.
Can you show up with food?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, some of them serve food. I know that, which is already kind of fucking crazy. Like, that's already,
Hey, they got some
like
good-
being
they
a chef,
got some
I'm
good
already like.
buffets.
I mean, I guess in my head, it's like the strippers back there cooking, like just in like.
She's like, she just got on stage,
yeah.
guys. Give her a second.
Like
Food's coming out.
she's got an order. She'll be out in 3
She'll be
minutes
out.
tops. She's plating it right now. Like, you know, like
Hey, what happened
that's
to
what
my-
I see in my
what
head.
happened
You
to
know,
my
like,
fries? Oh, she's on stage.
yeah,
She's
she'll be there right now.
Guys,
sorry. She
there's
got called
there's
up.
a thong
She
in
got
my
called-
suit.
Yeah. Fucking, like, with like a $1 bill with it. and
She
shit,
like
like-
20 was like, never mind.
I know. I mean, I know that's not what it is, but that's exactly what I see in my head when people tell me like, "Oh, you know, like I think the Red Parrot or some shit like that had like an all-you-can-eat steak, or maybe it was Foxy's or something like that. It was like an all-you-can-eat steak lunch."
It sounds
and I
more
was
like
like,
a Red
first of all,
Parrot,
like, who goes to a strip club for lunch? Not that I haven't, but for like lunch. I mean, to have lunch. I go at lunchtime, but not to like have lunch. That's what I'm saying. Like, who goes to have lunch? And I had more than a few friends that were like, "Oh no, I've been there, man. Their steaks are delicious. It's only like $10 all you can eat." And I'm just like, "Dude, are you serious?" Like,
so like talking about probably like 9-10 years ago, like I went with my cousin in the morning at Jaguars to have breakfast.
What did they serve for breakfast?
Dude, it was
like bacon and eggs, or
no,
like
it was a buffet of omelets. So you make your own. Like it was fucking great.
Make your own omelet.
Was there like? Well, exactly. So instantly in my head, there's a stripper back there like making omelets for you, right?
They
Like she has
had
an
an actual
apron, and she's like,
they had an
whipping
actual
shit up.
omelet.
Every 10 minutes between the hour, they're like, all right, guys, we gotta stop. We gotta switch dancers real quick. Give me 1 second.
Hold on. Ruby, we need you on the floor. Diamond, we need you back in the kitchen, please. Like on the omelet line.
Like, dude, like it was like it was like they set it up for that. I was like, oh shit. Not gonna lie, best omelets I had. I was like, oh shit.
I mean, because to be honest, if I could get past the fact that I'm eating food at a strip club, I think I would love that because it's food, which I fucking love, and like beautiful women, like which I love, and also they're naked, which I love. So there are like so many things that like you're putting together that I feel like I would have a really good time with, you know. But I think it's just getting past.
Maybe that should be your next food truck idea.
I know, maybe like I could just park it in the fucking like.
Park it in the strip club.
Yeah, I'll just because they're open till like 4 or some shit like that, right?
Just like at 5.
Just add a pole right here, actually.
Yeah, right. Just like one that swings out or something like that, like it just clamps to the ground and shit. Like
extension to this.
Yeah, right. Like and it just sits right here. Man, ideas. That's what this is all about. Ideas. Because all I've been thinking about doing with this truck is driving it down Mesa and shooting the gas tanks and watching it blow up. Like, that's my best idea. Other than like run the truck, I'm like, nah, that's all I want to do, you know?
You're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, basically. Like I'm just gonna jump out and like
do a Viking goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Set some sort of fuse. Jump out and then like see what happens.
Like, fuck my phone.
Yeah. You just see me running back there. Like, I'll run if I have to. You know what? I'm actually gonna check if I have any orders. I
that's
don't think
go
I
for it,
have
man.
any
Feel free to
orders,
like step in and out.
Because we are like working.
Hey, it's fine.
Check real fast.
Well, that's why we kind of planned it out. Really, we just came up with this idea right now. We're just fucking shit. That's why we have the Barstool sports game. Answer the internet with us. We answer a couple questions. Me and Caesar by ourselves. But
Pre-gaming the game.
Yeah, and then I was like, we should probably do something like this. New shows. How old is too old to watch cartoons? Never.
I still watch them.
Yeah, dude, like, what the fuck? Dude, I've been benching One Piece lately. Fuck yeah, dude.
I was about to watch the Animaniacs reboot the other day.
Dude, it's fucking great. I watched it already 3 times.
Shit.
The day that it came out, I watched it the whole time, dude. Honestly, I was just like, this is the best reboot like I ever seen. Like I was happy Steven Spielberg bought this shit. Cause it still has like that 90s jokes parts, and then he just hits like, cause they recorded it in 2018, so it's like, oh, we're probably out of date.
Did they redo the fucking country song?
They haven't released anything. They did one where they make fun of like how Russia steals ideas. So they did one with Russia, but it's just like a bootleg version of the song. It's not even them singing. It's like some guy dresses them, and it's all like trash as fuck. It's pretty good, dude. Like I do recommend Animaniacs. Like it's a show that I'm just like that. I can rewatch like the 90s and this one, dude.
It is a good show. I do miss that one. WB Kids was his shit.
Dude, WB Kids was a fucking banger, dude.
I fucking had everything on there.
Would you rather have your own parking spot in the front of the building, or a hat assistant that just for you, or a toilet for yourself at work?
Wait, say that again?
Would you rather have a parking spot in front of the building where you work at, a hat assistant just for you, or a toilet for yourself at work? Toilet, dude.
Hat assistant.
Dude,
I kind of already have my own private toilet. So.
Can we get it? That you have a hat assistant?
That's not even that. There's so many toilets where I work. I know which ones to go to.
Yeah, but like, I want one that I don't have to walk that far, but it's also fancy.
Nah, yeah. I don't mind the parking. My parking at my work's already good. Toilet situation's really good.
So like, yeah, I can complain about my parking is like, what, like 30 seconds to walk into my office?
Well, that's fine. Like, what do you need? Parking's right there. Step right outside.
I grabbed this. I hate this one. Okay. Oh, read this one because it's kind of long.
Would you fuck a porn star if afterwards she had to hold a press conference on her performance?
Dude, I'm down.
I would do it only if it's gonna be like an actual like fucking game, and how they set up the backdrops and there's media and cameras everywhere.
Yeah, like
But I want to be able to give a review as well to defend myself, just in case.
It's like, just show up. Sorry, whiskey dick. Long night last night. Had a couple bottles.
I want them to be like, so how did you prepare going into today's action?
Like,
Yeah, well, you know what? I had a lot of Pedialyte this morning when I woke up.
went for a run.
I made sure I did a nice run, a couple warm-ups here and there, you know. Pre-game did a little bit, but not too much. I didn't want to overexert myself.
Like I was letting him know that tonight's the night. So it's just like I warm my nuts out.
Letting him know? To
My
do.
dick.
Oh,
Letting my dick know.
I was like, oh, there's a twist for you.
This is the teammate, dude. It's a teamwork. We gotta plan it out.
Lance Hardwood.
I just call it the Don.
My money on him. We need to stop it.
Oh shit, that's right.
I just need it so I know where to.
No, I need it for mine.
Why?
Oh no, that's right. Never mind. Really. Dude, I'm old. That's good. But yeah, no, I'll let my dick know. Like, hey, this is happening. We're doing this. You, me, you, me, you, me. Look at me. Look down.
Look at me. Not back at you. Not back at me.
It's just like what, like in the
I'm
full
on a
mirror.
horse.
Like right in the mirror, like the full body mirror, just like staring at her. It's like, do this. I got this. Start hitting you, like slapping.
That's kind of mean, dude. You shouldn't do that to your little buddy.
No, like slapping like your face, like kind of like I got this.
He needs motivation. Nah.
Yeah, but I also enjoy pain. It's not a fucking thing that nobody knows anymore. How long could you last on the run after robbing a bank?
I think I've seen enough movies and enough TV shows that involve bank robbery to know what I should and shouldn't do. So I would probably say I could last at least a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know.
Eventually they're gonna catch me. I mean, obviously. But I think I could last a month.
I'll say a week,
'Cause
but
even then-
if I do it, I'll be like,
Because
"Hey, it
even
was
then,
me."
dude, if I rob a bank, I'm not doing it like unless it's like Ocean 11. So I'm gonna make sure that shit's like on
You're gonna
point.
fucking You're gonna Ocean's 11 a
I'm
bank
gonna Ocean
robbery?
11 it. Yeah, dude. Whatever the fuck I'm stealing, I'm Ocean 11 that shit. I don't care if it's a tampon in the fucking store that my girlfriend needs. I'm Ocean 11 that shit.
You planned the whole thing
operation
to rob a fucking
just to rob a
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
I mean, you don't want to get caught, right?
Exactly. See?
Simple enough.
There you
Like
go.
simple
So
enough.
if
You
you-
don't want to get
'cause
caught.
I
you
don't
know,
care
like-
if it's just a
was
month
the
in the pen.
question,
I don't
like-
want to do a month in the pen.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah,
I was like,
right. Like not even a month. Not even 2 days.
Not even 2 days.
No, not even not even a little bit.
No, I can't say anything. But it was just the question was like, how long you think you can outrun if you rob a bank? Like for how long?
Oh,
without
dude,
being caught?
forever, bro. Like forever. Forever. You could like. I feel like I could constantly like change my identity or like.
Yeah, it depends how many you
Or
stole.
like, yeah, I mean,
Well, we
exactly.
live
too,
on the
'cause
border.
you're,
I'm sure we
like-
could buy some fake social security shits
Exactly.
around here.
And plus, you're rich now too, right?
There
so
you
you
go.
could like, I'm sure that'll get you into some shady connections with people. You know, just being like, hey, I got a lot of money. I want to do some fucked up stuff. Who do I
But-
talk to? And some guy would be like, oh, that guy in the corner, and he's like, oh, fake passports? I totally got those. Like, I feel like it makes
Like
it
my
easy
main
if you have
thing,
money, right?
can I
Like,
own a giraffe after that?
fuck yeah!
Why
Why
wouldn't
what
you
do
be
you
able
mean?
to?
Like,
No, I just want a giraffe.
of course you can.
Because just
like,
picture that flex. Like,
Right.
you go to, like, you
like,
take
are
this-
you riding it, or does
No,
it
like-
have a collar and like a leash?
No,
and
so
you're like walking
You
with
take
it,
this
like,
girl home and like it's nice like condo like in the mountain, and then you're like
condo, dude.
you go to the fucking like what's it called like
Just
not
make-
the,
just
the
make
porch.
sure-
You
just
go
make-
outside the porch and she's like, oh, it's a nice view, and then you like whistle and there's just from far away this fucking big ass giraffe.
Just make sure when you drive it home, you don't go under any overpasses.
Oh, yeah, for
Right,
sure.
like instantly. That's the first thing you're like. All right, just be careful how you're driving with
But
it.
just picture,
But
like,
imagine that, like
how big,
you're
like,
feeding
like
like a
about-
giraffe from
and
like.
then she gets there to your porch and the giraffe just like pulls her head and you're just like
Okay, I mean that's a pretty fucking solid flex. Like
Right?
that's pretty, like that's like hard to like. Other
If you're
than like,
all right, cool, you want a Porsche? I own a giraffe.
yeah, right, like.
I was like, oh, that's a cool Ferrari, but do you have a giraffe?
Yeah, and most people be like, honestly, I don't have either one of these. Like, they're like, fuck. So both of you guys arguing about this cool shit. Fucking sucks to be me, but that's awesome. Like, you guys have giraffes and Ferraris. I can't stop imagining that now. Like just a giraffe head coming. It's like that scene in Jurassic Park, you know, like when the brontosaurus or whatever walks up. That's all I can think of now, except it's a fucking giraffe, and like you're just trying to smash, you know. Like, you're like, hey, what's up? Check out my giraffe.
Even if she wasn't not for sure you're getting some.
Dude, it'd be like instant. Like you could the giraffe would just sneeze and like all her clothes would like shoot off or something like that, you know. Like,
or you train the giraffe instead of going for the leaf when you're feeding it to bite the clothes off.
Yeah, right. And just she's like, oh no,
I'm sorry.
You can't even be like, he does it all the time, because then she'll be like, what do you mean he does that all the time? You always have girls up here doing this? You're like, no. I mean, he just like bites people's clothes and shit. Yeah, like I've trained him to undress me. Is that it? I've trained him to undress me.
It's a long day. I'm exhausted.
I'm tired.
He does it for me.
He understands. Totally gets it. Fucking even like picks me up by my head and carries me to bed. I grabs you
like from the neck.
Yeah, right. Like lions and shit just grabs you by the fucking head. Yeah, all right, cool. You're just hanging out on your phone, like, oh, bedtime. On your way. Like, cool.
You're like, wait, but I'm not ready. Shut up.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know what giraffes sound like. Do they like?
I don't know, dude.
Do they have like a call or something like that?
They make some kind of noise.
I don't know. I only know that they live for 75 years.
Shut the fuck up. Really? 75 years?
I had this, I had to Google one time and it's like,
dude, 75 years. That's way longer than I thought a giraffe would live.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what I thought a giraffe would live. So, like, I can't say that I had a measure to start with.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure.
I thought they would live like 20 years.
Yeah, dude, totally right. I thought like dogs, you know, like 15 years tops if they're in good shape and like you walk them all the time, you know, like good genetics. I didn't think they lasted that long, you know.
Well, fucking look at turtles. Live forever.
Oh, dude, yeah, like hundreds of years, right? Like they can last fucking for. You know, bonsai trees. It's the same thing. A little bonsai tree can live like 100 years. It's crazy. Like,
but I'm not gonna take care of that shit.
Oh, dude, that's the thing. You gotta fucking take care of that shit.
You die before fucking.
Oh, dude,
before the tree.
Yeah, and then it's just fucked because who's gonna take care of that? You know, just like thanks for leaving me after 75 years, Dad.
You're gonna put that in your will. Someone take care of my tree.
And everyone's gonna be like, no, it's not right.
You
gets passed around. Yeah, like it just gets passed everywhere. Like fuck this. I've actually been watching a shitload of This Old House, and that's why I know about bonsai trees. Because I got a new TV, and the TV comes with like Samsung TV, like its own sort of like channels and stuff like that. Yeah, and it has like a 24-hour This Old House.
So that's fire though.
And I fucking love it. It is the best. Like I tell Alexa to turn on my TV and the first channel it goes to is This Old House. And I just sit there and I read the paper and I drink my fucking coffee and I learn how to build like a 19th century bungalow. And it's fucking awesome. Like it's so cool from like top to bottom, you know?
The thing is like you're looking at it, it's like I can do that.
Dude, that's all. I've totally reconsidered my like career path. I'm like I can be a fucking carpenter. Look at this guy just hitting nails and shit like that. I've learned all the tips from these dudes. They tell you everything, man. They're like, oh dude, if you split a board, turn the nail over and you know flatten the nail head a little bit and then it won't split the end of the board. And I fucking blew my mind out. Like just spun little tricks, you know? Like
you tried or like, yeah, fuck, I can do it.
No, I haven't had to build anything yet. Yeah. Like, but I did reinforce the bench that I once built because of things they said. They're like, oh, this is how you build a bench. And I was like, I didn't do any of that stuff, man. Like, I just like leaned it against the wall.
I can actually sit in this shit now.
Like I leaned it against the wall and just put legs under it and I was all, bah, there you go. It's a bench. Yeah, exactly.
He's all, fuck, the legs. That's what I was missing.
Shit. Like now it's like legitimately stable. Now I can like,
I can sit in it.
I can do stuff. Yeah, like I let other people sit on it. I'm not scared. I'm like, no, go for it. No, like, hey, knock yourself out. Yeah. Well, that's how and that's how I learned about bonsai trees, dude.
That's the word. Like,
well, it's because they do landscaping. They do everything. Like they do plumbing. They do landscaping. They do interior design. They do like the whole house from like top to bottom. You know. So one of the specials was he went to one of the dudes, Roger. That's his name, Roger.
Roger.
Like, yeah, Roger.
That
fucking
would be
cool
the guy's
cat.
name, Roger.
He's like missing a knuckle. I don't know what happened. They haven't covered it in the show, but I haven't been able to tell. Like I'm watching the old seasons to see if he still has it. So maybe it happened like during filming or some shit like that. Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, between season 2 and season 3.
Yeah. Like, what happened? But, like, it's just something I noticed later in the season. So I'm like, I wonder what the fuck's up with that. I want them to have like a episode on it or some shit, you know? I mean. That would just be fucking fun. But anyways, Roger, he was gonna go do some landscaping, and they went to go talk about bonsai trees because they're all about educating people and shit like that.
Yeah.
So he went to this dude that like makes bonsai trees, and the first thing he did was like, oh, this one's 25 years old, this one's 50 years old, this one's 75 years old, and that was just like mind blowing to me. These tiny little trees that have to be like so dedicatedly taken care of to even last 75 years. Like, man, I struggle to brush my teeth. I struggle. Like, you think it's, I don't know how I fucking pull it together to get this truck running, you know? And like, these people are like, 75 years of patiently grooming this tree. And
Just like spraying water.
yeah, and I the patience of that, like, to be able to do something like that is so far beyond me, man.
Wait, do they ever grow even as bigger than what they are, or they're supposed to keep them that size?
Oh,
Right?
well, like, they
just trim them now.
that you can actually make a bonsai out of any tree.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, I guess what it usually is juniper. Like, that's the like sort of really like army weird like wiggly one that you see, and it's usually juniper. We actually have a lot around town that you'll see in like in the front yards and shit like that that are kind of manicured that way, you know. But you actually like groom them and take care of them to keep them that small, or you can let them get bigger. They have bigger ones that are like the size of shrubs and stuff like that, like bigger stuff, but it just depends on how big you want to take care of it or what it looks like. Yeah. So use this information. I don't know why. I don't know how this podcast turned into bonsai. Like,
This is
it's just ridiculous, man.
This show never has.
It's just so silly.
It's a show about nothing.
I fucking love this old house. And then it's like, there's the Ask This Old House, where they
shit,
go
how
around
it
town
follows?
and stuff like that. Yeah. So they have a whole other show that's Ask This Old House. And they'll just send all the dudes to different parts of the country, and you basically write in and you're like, my sink sucks. And they're like, okay, cool, we got you. And then they'll come in and
No
like,
way, really?
and they'll fucking fix your sink, yeah. So if you have like a
shit on
leaky
the house.
sink or something like that, not only will they show you why it was leaking,
But they'll fix
and
it.
how to fix it, but they'll also like upgrade you to like nicer things, you know? Like if you're like in a 1950s house and you're like, this faucet sucks, they'll get you one with like a removable nozzle and like all this shit, you know? And I don't know how it works. I don't know if you pay tax on that shit or I have no idea how that works, you know? But yeah, they'll go around like across the country and like fix
Shit,
people's stuff. I'm kind of pissed I live in an apartment because I'll be like, just like, I want them to come hang out and like fix something. Like I want to break things and be like, oh, dudes, I did it again. So like,
I got
my God,
beers.
yeah, my garbage disposal's fucked. Let's hang, you know? Like,
They're gonna be like, stop calling us.
yeah, right. Like,
I got birds and fruit
right. Like they just start blocking all my emails and everything. Like I'm like, just
He starts
I
making
miss you guys.
new email account. Hey guys, just need to get my last one, you know.
like I don't know. Something
what
said it was
happened.
blocked. I don't know why.
3 months later, I get a
What?
letter with a restriction.
yeah, right. Like nobody told me. I thought we were cool, bros. Like, I just wanted to hang out. Like,
I'm like, oh, I bought this tree just for you guys.
dude, Roger would fucking love that. Roger would be like, "You bought me a tree? Fuck yeah!" And they're all like Boston too, so they have this like hardcore Boston accent.
Oh
you
my
know?
gosh,
Yeah. So they're all like, Roger, how you doing, Roger? That's great. Though. Like Kevin, like the main host that kind of tells everybody what's going on. It's like baby-faced Kevin is a young little like. I mean, he's not young. He's like in his 50s now, but he's like this baby-faced dude, and it's just hilarious. And all I do is like, God, get the fuck out of here, Kevin. You don't know what you're doing. Just get out of here. Like I'm just yelling at the TV. Yeah, like
Hey,
I'm
come
just
get my
screaming at the
coffee, man.
TV.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coffee.
exactly. I'm here yelling at the TV, and the other guys on the actual show are just like, Kevin, you're a cool guy. I'm like, nah, he's not a cool guy. Get him the fuck out of here. He's a little kid. Go get him, make him get your coffee. Get him out of here, you know? Like, just screaming at the TV. But that's how much I love this fucking show. Like, every
a good
day.
show.
Like, I'll just.
I've never
I'll
even
fucking
heard of
watch
that
it.
show. I'm gonna
Dude,
have to find
what?
that. I'm gonna have to find that
What?
shit now.
No! Are you kidding me?
It's so hot. It started on PBS.
It was. It's like, there's This Old House, and it started on PBS, and then there's also New Yankee Workshop.
Oh shit.
And New Yankee Workshop was one of the dudes on This Old House, but he only builds stuff. So he only like so today he's gonna show you how to build a rocking chair, or today he's gonna show you how to build a fucking door, or like just something out of wood, you know. So he'd just be like, we're gonna use this nice mahogany here, and just like start building some fucking cool stuff, you know. And like, so then I guess I don't know how it turned into one show, but like then there's This Old House, and it's like a couple different shows, and it's all about
It's an
just,
empire
like,
now.
yeah, it's all about the tricks of the trade and teaching you stuff, you know. And that's why I love it. It's awesome, you know. Like, I'd never know like why my plumbing doesn't work, or like why this is leaky, or like
I just called
it's
some
fun.
guy named
And
Jose.
it's-
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I call my primo up, and he's like, "I'll be there right now." And then like he comes over, and then it's
So
fixed,
we're
you
like,
know.
how
I'm
much?
like,
A 6-pack. It's like, cool, dude.
yeah, ni modo. I start with the 12-pack, and he's like, "Okay, cool." And then I just sit there and watch him drink it, you know. Like that's it. That's how it works. But dude, I love it. It makes me feel super handy. Not that could actually do any of that stuff. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, like I don't. Like, I have a shitload of tools. I don't use any of them, but I
except the day someone splits the wood, like, hey,
yeah.
I got you guys. I got you guys.
I'm waiting for that one day when somebody's like, man, I can't stop splitting this wood, and I'm like, oh, well, let me tell you, like, I got you. This is what you do. Let me see your nail, yeah. And then like, let me see your nail. Yeah, like I got you. There you go, homie. You know, and then I'll teach him because like teach a man to fish. I'll never go fucking hungry.
Damn.
Teach a man how to
I actually
nail.
know that same thing before you said it. Yeah, it's like right in my head. Damn.
Says the guy that's never seen this old house.
know,
That's
right?
crazy. Really?
Yeah.
Did you
I've
never
seen
watch
it.
PBS or anything like
I
that?
did watch PBS,
or-
but I mean, I fucking watched Arthur and Clifford.
Oh yeah, no,
and
of course,
all
yeah,
that shit.
yeah, of course. That's granted. Yeah, that's granted. Oh, the Trumpers just drove by right now. I don't know where they went.
Are they back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What
back.
are they like cheering on right now, though?
Dude, the
Like-
flag still says 2020.
The flag says 2020.
Like,
I'm
well,
you
that's
guys,
what I'm wondering.
we're
What
in
are they still?
2021,
What are
guys.
they
Come
still
on.
cheering?
Get,
Like,
get your.
I mean,
fucking
it's
hands again.
official now, right? Like,
Yeah,
they,
It is official. I mean,
they said,
all
like,
the judges,
like,
everyone has said,
everybody's
bro,
like, nah, dude, we're good.
we're good, man. We're straight.
Yeah, yeah.
It's done.
You gotta
Like,
vote again.
done.
Yeah,
like no,
Like-
that doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I'm not. That's so funny. Actually, I did see a lot of people like move their signs out of their front yard and stuff like that, and like guys,
I
like,
saw.
oh shit, they're coming around the corner.
Oh shit. Really?
Yeah,
I saw a
they're gonna
video
yell
of
at us
that
right
with
now,
some
like-
guy who was playing like some sad music, and it's just this guy over there grabbing his truck signs.
Grabbing all this stuff and
I was
wrapping
like,
it up, putting it away, folding it, tucking it in, like just tucking it in somewhere and putting it in his garage, and it's like you're putting away your Christmas ornaments and shit. You're just like slowly wrapping
I
stuff
just
up.
picture the
and,
guy
like,
like standing in the garage with the door open, just like
yeah. Just that side, just.
The little boy, mommy, what's wrong with daddy?
He's like, don't worry about it. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He just needs a little time. He needs a little time. Like,
But I brought him the New York Times, so don't try this.
you got him in the New York Times.
give it a few months
damn it.
and we'll be okay. He'll get back to normal. Everything will be fine. Like,
Just give him a course.
yeah. Just crack him a course. You know what to do, Billy. You go crack him a course. It's like, I got it, mom.
For sure, his name's Billy.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. He runs to the fridge and cracks some shit open. Just like,
And they have a golden retriever.
yeah, of course. Why not?
That's what I picture.
Do you guys have dogs?
I do have dogs.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I
what kind
have
of
2
dogs?
dogs.
I want a dog so bad. I had a dog, but like a couple years ago. Recently passed away. He was beautiful pit bull mix. Like loved him to death. His name was Dino, and I've been wanting to get a dog like ever since. But I just haven't been able to either find the right dog or like I don't even know what kind of dog I
like,
want
look
this
under
time.
your seat.
You know? Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, you got me a dog. Fuck, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little excited right now. I know that wasn't gonna happen. Like, there was a little part of me that was all like,
No, we're
like,
not all
that split second, I was like, fuck yeah, dogs. like, oh yeah, what kind of dogs do you guys have?
I have a boxer pit bull and a corgi. Yeah, so we're like I have an American dog and a Japanese dog.
Ah, dude, I love corgis. They're the
little
booty
buttons.
dogs. Yeah, they're the bubble butt dogs.
That's all I
I'm
ever picture about is a
dude, yeah, that's
bubble
it. Like,
butt.
yeah, right.
Bubble
Like,
butt.
that's it. That's all I
Yeah.
can see. Like,
You say that, but you're walking both dogs, and it's like after 2 miles, I have to carry him.
oh yeah, that's
Like,
true.
dude,
Right?
like,
Yeah, that little corgi's the devil though.
Oh yeah,
He always
like
wants to eat me.
like nasty like that.
He's like really like he tries to be the alpha, but he can't.
Well, I mean, of course not,
I'm
because
gonna fuck your shit up. Like, no, kid, I'm
he's
sorry.
literally like 8 inches from the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
The first
like,
time,
it's literally
the
like,
first time I
yeah.
brought him, like he tried to like be the alpha to my pit, and she's a female.
Oh.
He just stared at him and was like, nah, dude. Like,
Yeah, like, this
he's
isn't gonna
like,
work. Like, you're not even up to like my knee. Like, even you can't even smell my asshole. Like, you're not even telling.
Yeah,
Oh
so-
damn, that sucks. That was a nice Camaro.
Oh, the
Wait,
Jenko?
like yeah,
it's,
wait,
like,
was it
Brad,
Yenko?
Yeah, it was
that's
no
what,
shit.
That's what we said earlier
Fuck,
too. We're like,
that
God damn it, man.
sucks.
Of course.
That's hilarious. But fuck, that sucks because that's a beautiful fucking Camaro.
Dude,
God
and then
damn.
the thing that like the people that are honking are the fucking Latinos ones. They're not even like the white guys. It's like no, the fucking Latino.
that
Es
always
que
trips me
trompa,
out
man.
too. I'm like, really, dude? Like, really? Like, what's he done for you? Like,
He gave me a check.
yeah, that for $600. That blew my mind, man. I mean, I get it. It's like it's money. Fuck yeah, cool. But also, other places have been paying their people
Fucking
like,
Canada, dude.
Yeah, like monthly, and more than enough for them to fucking survive and just like stay home and chill. Like, but here we're like, no. We'll give you less than $100 per month that this shit has been going on. You know.
But
Like,
then think about it. Like here's living is cheap. Not gonna lie. I'm picturing that people in LA like $600. My rent's not even that.
Not even kind of. When I was in LA, dude, 1-bedroom apartment, tiny little place, $1,500. That was brutal. And I always told people, like, in LA, I'm like, dude, El Paso, I never appreciated how cheap like my apartment before this was like $465 a month. Like over $1,000 less than what I'm paying right now, you know? Like insane. You want a house? Go to the east side, $800. You're in, you know? Like $800 a month. 2-car garage, 2-bath, 3 bedroom, full backyard, full front yard, you know? Like every fucking thing, dude. Legitimately. And like in LA, that's a joke. Like people, like they don't believe me. Like people don't believe me. Like people don't think it's real. I'm like, no, dude. Like, do I have to show you my old bills? I don't understand.
Like, I figured out it was real when I was over there, and I was like, I gotta put gas in the car. $4.50. What the fuck,
dude? $5 gas.
Like, that's it, man.
$5 gas,
it's crazy,
dude. It's brutal. It's brutal. And I mean, the thing is, like, certain stuff over there is a lot more expensive. You know, gas is definitely more expensive. The cost of living, as far as rent, is more expensive. But like bars and like, I mean, more expensive. For the most part, bars and stuff like that, restaurants, it's all, kind of the same. It's a difference of like $1 or $2, you know? Not like rent,
The thing that tripped me out, when we went to the store, right, and we bought fucking water, like in the water bottles. And then I didn't realize that they had a fucking tax for any bottled liquid, juice, whatever it is that you buy. There's a fucking tax on that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't fucking know
It's like
that,
an
dude.
extra, like...
It's like an extra $1.50.
Yeah. That much? No. What?
That's how much I remember it being.
Where the fuck were you? What corner store were they all like, yeah, he'll pay $1.50 for this. Yeah. Like,
What kind of water are you buying?
He was in LA. He'll never fucking know.
Target.
I mean, because like, that was like... But that's a plausible story. I hear that shit all the time. People are like... The shit was like... You know they tax this? And I'm like, yeah, they probably do. It's fucking California. Like, they probably do. They have some of the silliest fucking rules. Like, some of the silliest laws ever, you know? I'm just like, oh, okay. You know, like, they actually just passed a new law, a red flag law. So that if I, if I get into, like, a verbal dispute with you or something like that, I can tell the authorities, and now the authorities have the ability to, if you have any, like, firearms or anything like that, they now have the ability to take those firearms because of this sort of like complaint.
What?
And then you have to go through a bunch of shit to get all your stuff
don't
back.
play with my guns.
So legitimately, like, they can come in, like, according to California law. Say if I got into like if we got into a verbal altercation right now, and you knew who I was, you knew my name, all that stuff, you could go make a report, and because of that, if you say, I mean, if it's known that you have guns, they can go in, take those guns. I mean, of course, there's more details to it. I'm giving you a very broad overview of what this is.
Pissed, like, fuck, don't touch my gun.
Very broad overview. But that's like, I mean, that's the thing in California. They pass some of the silliest stuff.
That is really stupid.
I mean, I loved it when I was over there. I mean, I hated a lot of the people in LA because it was just like, that's fucking LA for you, you know? But I met some of the best people I've ever met in my entire life and had some of the best experiences I've ever had in my entire life.
So why is it that you decided to come back?
To try and open a restaurant.
That's it, really?
Like, that was the whole thing. Yeah. Bringing that back around to, you know, the food truck and everything like that. That was the idea. I got out of LA because the idea of opening a food truck or anything in LA was just, it's not realistic, you know, not unless you have
a
lot more money than I did. Yeah, definitely.
Or like a lot of partners.
You know, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it was just plausible to actually be able to come out to El Paso and, you know, legitimately have something happen. We actually had a lease signed for a brick and mortar place just before COVID started. Like we were actually talking about being open around March or April. It was probably going to be a little bit later than that, but we were actually talking about being open just like right around the same time all this shit hit. And it kind of just like, I mean, what was awesome enough is that the people that we were dealing with were really understanding. We had a great relationship with them. So when it came down to it, you know, the notion of, you know, trying to be open at, you know, 25% capacity, 50% capacity, you know, I just didn't have the capital for that. I have enough to get started, you know, and to kind of like get moving. But I can't say that I had enough to, you know,
to just kind of
wait out a fucking year, you know, and see what happens and hopefully make it, you know, which was been nice with the food truck because the food truck cost me nothing, like legitimately nothing. to be able to run, other than like product and stuff like that. That's about it, you know. Other than that, it's costs very little to actually like run the truck in comparison to an actual like full-on fucking restaurant, you know. So I'm not sure if I see it as a blessing or a curse, you know. I could have dumped a lot of money into that place and kind of opened it up and just wished for the
Don't
best
open.
and
Yeah.
have just shut my doors right away. Or, you just wait a little bit and we see where it goes. The restaurant industry is still very much all over the place. We still don't know what's going on. I mean, we're still...
Yeah, like it's...
Like, I don't even know if we have curfew now. Like, for New Year's...
We do have curfew still.
It's
still?
Yeah.
It's until the 4th.
Because on New Year's, like, we were open till, like, actually midnight.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. And a few dudes came by that work in the area, and they're like, oh, you didn't hear that Abbott said, bars and restaurants could stay open till 2 tonight, like, for New Year's, And we didn't really know what to do, so we just stayed open till 2, Like, we just hung out. Yeah, we were just like, all right, cool. All right. I mean, it's not like anybody came out or anything like that because, everyone was under the impression that we were under a curfew. But, I mean, it's just like, who knows what's happening with all these rules? It's such a mess to follow up with all this stuff,
I don't even know that he said they could be open till 2. He said they could be open till the curfew, the normal business hours that he had given everybody.
Which is 10, right?
Which is 10.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Dude, there's places open that shouldn't be open.
I was totally honestly waiting for the cops to just cruise by and be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? like yell at us or some shit like that. But no, like, nothing. They, like, we were cool. Nothing happened. I was like, oh, fuck. All right, well, dope. Cool.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I mean, nothing. I mean, again, it's not like we had like an assload of business that came in after that. It's not like we're like, oh, you guys are open, fuck yeah. Like, no, nothing really rolled in, Like,
put some burgers on the back.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get this shit going, let's go. Like, nothing really happened, But it's just that kind of mess. Is like, dude, it's really stifling the industry, Like, again, I consider myself very lucky in the aspect that we already had the food truck running before all this stuff sort of happened, and the cost of actually running the food truck is minimal in comparison to like a legitimate restaurant, like a legitimate like food establishment, brick and mortar place, But like I said, the people that we, were in contract with were actually really understandable, and they actually let us break the lease without any issue, without any consequence or anything like that, which is really awesome on their part. And from there, it was fucking... It was, like, thank God. Because, I mean, we had already got to talk to our lawyer and everything. We were like, hey, so what can we do? And he was like, oh, you should be okay. Do this first, do that first. But luckily, like I said, when we talked to them, they were just like, we get it. Things are kind of crazy. We'll talk to you again. We're still going to keep moving forward on our project. If you're still interested, we'll talk when we can. I haven't reached out with them because I'm just, trying to get your shit back together. And also, it's called procrastinating. I'm just fucking poking my ass, man. Like, I just can't get my shit together.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, trying to struggle and get it together. But I mean, that's actually what brought me out of LA back here. If not, hell, I probably would have stayed in LA.
How long were you out there for?
Almost, I want to say just about 7 years, if not a little bit longer. I took off August 2011, and I came back January 2019.
Oh, okay.
So I've been back for a couple of years now. I've been back for about 2 years now.
Okay.
We got the food truck running maybe...
Last year, no?
Yeah, last year, a couple months after I got into town. You know? Like, I mean, I got into town and started hustling, started doing pop-ups, trying to get people, aware of White Knife and what we're trying to do. The idea is I want to start, a dining group, a company. So White Knife Dining would be the umbrella that all these other places sort of sit under,
Mm-hmm.
Like have different food trucks. Like
exactly, yeah. Have keep running the food truck.
One.
Have the restaurant we were actually thinking about calling Hog and Hen, because it was going to be kind of a nicer upscale restaurant with Airbnbs on top.
Nice.
So we were going to
really?
cater to the Airbnb on top too.
That'd be dope.
Do like room service and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was going to be a fun, like really like a niche sort of thing. We're really excited for it. Hopefully we can still move forward on that if things work out right. But yeah, the whole idea was that we're going to start a group so that way. It's so funny, $600, right? Like,
Hey, man.
is that what we're worth? Is that what
That's what my life is worth to you.
Well, I've heard that so economists or whoever does this stuff. I don't want to be naming the wrong thing. I'm all like, a zoologist, told me it was gonna snow tomorrow. Like, yeah, I don't want to. I don't know if it's an economist or what it is. Yeah. But people that get together and do mathy number shit actually put a number on the value of a human life.
What?
Yeah, and it's $10 million. So they've decided, a group of people, fucking scientists got together and clickety-clacked and did whatever they do. And they've decided that a human life is estimated value as of right now $10 million.
The fuck? What factors went into coming up with that number?
I wish I could fucking remember, man. But it's like.
But my question is that I'm pretty sure those guys weren't getting any poo. For sure.
They were fucking hating
because.
dude, what do you mean? Dude, scientists, like, they get tons of shit. Like, dude, intellectuals are like laying it down left and right, man. They'll come at you at crazy angles. That's the thing. And you'll be like, oh shit, my panties are off. All right, like, dude.
Yeah, but it looks like those, for that value to come by in there,
dude,
they weren't getting
$10 million.
Is it 10 million for every life or like
like
a full
like
adult?
No, that's what they're saying. Like just across the board. That's what it's gonna be. Like $10 million. Like so if you're an old ass person, if you're a newborn, if like just $10 million. They took that into account too. Like if it's gonna be like if you're an old person or not. Like are you worth less if you're an old person, or worth more because you know more, or because you can't do more?
I was gonna say, like, do they value it based on what you know, what you've done, what your skill set is?
No, it's straight up just a flat number.
Just the heartbeat is the $10 million.
10 million, yeah, 10 million. Like you're worth $10 million.
Do I get bonuses?
Just as a person, like if you do better in life, like if you give this homeless guy some fucking coffee, you're like, that's a fucking $150 right there.
He's a good guy. Give him a
add it to your tab or some shit like that. I don't know.
It's like I never had an STD. Like
yeah, right. Like all right, cool. Like this is a stand-up fucking dude. You could have people vouch for you, and like write recommendations to get
recommendations.
Exactly, to get another like $5,000 on top of that or something like that.
Fucking slut one day. Hey, girl, can you sign?
You're like, no. Like you lost about 100,000 on this little transaction right here.
Oh shit.
Like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know there was a tally. Yeah, $10 million, and it's like. I mean, it's all sorts of stuff, you know. It's like how much your like life costs, just in general, you know, to live a life, you know. Like how much do you, like your entire life? How much would your entire life cost to live? You know,
$100 million.
No, not even, yeah, right. Like, $1 billion. No, $600 a fucking like a stimulus check. That's what. Like that's how. Like I'm like that's how they're doing it.
I need a lot of bacon for this right now,
dude. Right now, you can fucking kill $2.99 a pound. I'm not even fucking joking. That is a beautiful fucking price, dude. The only reason I came out here spouting and holding 4 packages of bacon.
They're gonna give us $600. Let's do something for the people.
I legitimately
$2.99 a pound bacon.
I have 5 pounds of fucking bacon in my fridge right now that I just bought from Albertsons. Dude, why do you think I came out like flashing it like it was hundreds or some shit like that? It's like I had a wad of cash. I'm just all bacon.
Like a big ass raw piece of bacon just flies across your face.
Yeah,
the fuck?
Dude, I tell my parents how much bacon costs at like the restaurant depot, and they're like, oh shit, get us a box. I'm like, I got you, don't worry. Like, I'm on it. Like, I'm fucking on it.
How much does it cost at a restaurant depot?
I just picture like you go to a bar and
it's $2 a pound all the time. Sometimes it's on sale for like $1.60 a pound, and that's a fucking kill.
Damn, a pound of bacon is a lot of bacon.
But it's 10 pounds. That's the thing. You're buying 10 pounds of bacon. But for me, like, I fucking crush through bacon because my burger has tons of fucking bacon. I use bacon on fucking everything, you know. I just eat bacon, so whatever.
Like the tacos, they don't have tortillas, bacon.
Yeah, it's just like I weave bacon into a tortilla shell.
What?
And then, I'm fucking actually, that was good. That was good.
I'll take 3 of those right now.
Right? Yeah, right? Okay. I might have just come up with something right now. I'm playing with all these stupid ideas.
There's your breakfast taco right there.
Yeah, right? Like making cheese shells and stuff like that.
Dude.
If you just take cheese and melt it on the plancha. Ooh, God. I'm all about that. But yeah, bacon, fucking hella cheap at the restaurant supply store, dude. Like it's comparative to Albertsons. Yeah. Like that's crazy. Like Albertsons is usually like it's $4 a pound or something like that. It's like it's pricier, you know. But right now, dude, $1.99, and it's like Jimmy Dean, so it's not even that bad. Like it's a decent brand. Like it's all right.
I'm definitely gonna have to make a pit stop right now on my way home.
Dude, you should. Dude, the bin is full right now. But after this, I don't think like. Let's see when this airs and when people like realize what's going on. They're like, oh shit.
2 weeks from now,
we missed the $1.99 bacon. Right? So Albertsons, keep this going for like another 2 weeks, and I swear to God, you'll get hit. Like I promise you, you'll get crushed right now. Just be like people.
I just picture you like going to a bar instead of tipping money, like tip
just
bacon.
to slide, dude. If I could have a plastic bag just full of fucking cooked bacon and just like slide it across the bar to people.
We should just ask somebody one day when they ask, when say, it's gonna be $12.
What kind of Chipotle?
Do you take bacon?
Like $12. Like, can I pay you in bacon? You know, like.
I'll be so down for
you know
that
that's 6 pounds of bacon though, dude, right? like right now, that's 6 pounds of fucking bacon.
Dude, what do you have a backpack bacon?
Like, dude, if you ask me, like, all right, this is $12. Can I pay you in bacon? And I'm like, well, market price is usually like $4.50. Right now we got it on sale for $2. Whatever, I'll take it. That's fine. That's 6 pounds of fucking bacon, dude. That's like, you're paying me 6 pounds of bacon. I don't care what I'm doing. You can pay me 6 pounds of bacon. I'm down.
That's what makes the world go around, bacon, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like, cook everything in bacon. I feel bad though.
Save the bacon grease, cook something else later for it.
Like, it's hard, dude. I try to offer my Brussels sprouts like vegan and like.
But then you put bacon.
No, I mean I do offer it with bacon, but I mean it's just hard to not sometimes get bacon in the shit. Like, it's just like it's because I have one plancha, you know. So like I cook everything on the plancha and I clean it the best I can. You know, we have a grill brick and all that stuff, and I clean it off and everything. And I try to do the Brussels sprouts first before I do the bacon, so I can be as like
clean,
friendly as possible, you know. But dude, it's like you're cooking in your fucking bedroom. It's stupid. It's so small. It's tiny. Like, think of your shower just being gone, and there's a plancha there instead. That's what it is. And well no toilet either. Like, yeah.
He's
no
like, guys,
like
I
get rid
can't
of the
shower.
fryer. Yeah, get rid of the fryer. Like the toilet. Put a fryer there, and then like get rid of the shower, and it's the plancha. And like that's what
the
it
best
is.
thing is I have a friend of mine that in his bedroom he has a waffle iron.
Like next to his bed?
Yes.
Does he have a mini fridge?
Yes.
Does he have a mini fridge?
Yes, he has a mini fridge with the mix there ready.
Of course he
so
does.
he wakes up.
Because that's like.
And then the best thing.
That's like wake and bake, you know? Like you pack your bowl at night and then you wake up in the morning, oh fuck yeah, last night me is awesome, and then you
like
smoke a bowl, you know? Like,
and then
like same thing. Last night me rules,
the
waffle
best
mix
thing,
ready to
dude,
go.
like, the waffle one that he has is a Teenage Ninja Murder.
Oh yeah,
So it's
is it like one of their faces or something like that? Oh,
it's
it's like a Donatello or some shit, dude. That'd be
fucking Mikey is like,
That's great.
Shit, dude.
How do you know which one it is if it doesn't have color though?
Just fucking did on the label for sure. On top.
It's gotta have something.
It has to be, it's like, you want the Raphael, you get the little source in the back.
Wait, so it makes their face?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought the waffle iron just looked like it. Like,
No, it's like,
I totally
it
thought the
pins the
waffle iron just looked like.
He's always just painted like a green shell.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, fuck yeah! And it's like Donatello's face smiling at me while I'm waiting for my waffle to get made. You know? Like that's exactly what I thought.
I
it
think
was.
like my
It's
It's like,
100%.
oh,
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cool.
I totally thought it was just Donatello, like 2
No,
more
it's
minutes,
it.
like telling me, like,
Wait,
it's
I'm gonna look for a Power Ranger one.
Hey, I bet you they have Power Rangers.
there has to be
Dude,
one.
fuck yeah,
And
they
it's gonna
do.
be the Green Ranger for
Dude,
sure.
they have like Star Wars crockpots. Of course they have fucking.
Crockpots?
Yeah, they have fucking Star Wars
I've seen
crockpots.
those.
Like 100%. Like it's like a little R2D2, little C3PO. I think there's
Yoda.
even like a Yoda. I mean, I'm sure there's a Chewbacca. That's for fucking sure. Like definitely that's or something. Like I didn't realize it made his face.
I
Like,
think that's the add-on to like our list where we record at home at my place. Because we have the fridge.
To have a fucking
That's a
waffle
fucking waffle
maker.
maker.
you know what? I got a mini fridge for my cousin with the idea that I was gonna put it on my patio and like put beers in it and shit like that. And like, no, it's in my spare bedroom with all my extra shit from the fucking truck. So it's just full of like fucking
So now you
chicken,
have
like
another
frozen
one?
chicken and like a bunch of French fries and shit like that.
Yeah, so like when we're
So now I
recording
just
my
have another
place,
fucking fridge. Oh my god, fucking great.
like, our studio, which is my extra bedroom.
Yeah,
It's just like I was like, I'm gonna put waters in there. It's like it's full of beer.
yeah.
Like there is like,
Well,
and they were,
yeah.
like we're,
I mean, that was the
and
goal
we're-
for mine. I was
Their
like, I was gonna,
sponsorship, so it's just
yeah.
like, oh
was
yeah,
it-
like guys,
like,
give me beer.
a couple of cans of Coke in there, just so if I have like a bottle, I can mix it up, you know,
Yeah.
like a bunch of beer.
We had water the first day, and that's it.
Racks of Natty. $17.99 at Albertsons. A 30-pack of fucking Natty Light. Actually,
Is it the
it's Natter Days.
I was
It's
gonna say,
Natter
is it
Days.
Natter
Fuck
Days?
yeah, it's Natter
If it's
Days.
Natter Days.
Fuck
then
yeah,
okay.
it's Natter Days.
You want to know a better one?
No, I don't. Because Natter Days are the tits.
Fruit King, Natter Days, 13.
No,
that's true.
no,
Yeah,
shut the
that's
fuck
true.
up.
The 18 pack
That's
is
true.
13? Wow.
Celeb-
Wow.
Shout out
Because
to
I was
Omar.
like, yeah,
Just
fuck
told
yeah,
us that.
right? Like,
Oh, my from Captain
dang.
Social.
Oh yeah,
He
fuck
told
yeah,
us that.
heads up,
Like,
Omar,
dude, fuck
nice,
yeah,
dude. That's good. I was stoked about $17.99. I was gonna get a pack of like Trulies or some shit like that, a
Hey,
12
man.
pack for $17.99. I was like,
Even
that is
then-
more than twice the beer for the same
There
fucking
was a day
price.
in the summer
yeah.
we got together with our friends and we rented one of those fucking jumpy balloons that's a water slide also.
Oh yeah. It has like a water slide
Yeah,
off the
it
side
has
or
like a water
something like that,
slide.
right?
And I went to the
Do you
store.
hook it up to your like garden hose?
Yeah,
or, like,
dude, to the garden
is that
hose.
how that works? Okay, yeah.
Disclaimer though, shit uses a lot of water.
Oh fuck yeah,
Their
it does.
fucking
Of
water
course
bill
it
was
does.
$400.
Oh shit! Okay, that's a lot of
We were
fucking.
like, oh,
Wow, dude,
fuck.
water's like pretty fucking cheap too, because it's water.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know?
That shit was out all day.
Really?
We should get we should ask
brutal.
Gus for the pump to rotate the water.
No shit, that's way more like that's way more gnarly than I expected.
But
Dude,
no,
we just buy a water pump.
we had gone to Albertsons before to get beer or whatever, to get drinks.
It was the cutest little Frenchie. God.
Yeah, it's a
And
They
I
used to
was-
have like Frenchie Sundays or something like that, and they'd have bulldog. Yeah, it was awesome.
damn,
It was
damn.
like conversation
Damn, the
stops.
camera doesn't
We're
grab
all
it.
looking at like, yeah, now we're all like, oh,
No, wait, where's the camera? We'll grab it.
oh. Hey, we have a
little buddy.
we have a little French bulldog wandering around. It's the cutest fucking thing in the world.
Anytime a dog comes around, everything just
They
stops.
completely stopped our conversation. And we're just like, what? Dog? Yeah. It's like,
And like, scroll.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Back to you. Back to you. Where'd you go?
Where is he? He's chilling.
All right, it's got it.
Shaking the camera back.
I fucking love French bulldogs too. Just like the cutest fucking dogs. Like, super cute. Like, they're the Yoda of dogs, right? Like,
I would say
Yeah,
so.
like, yeah.
Yeah, for
As
sure.
opposed to like a pug or something like that. I mean, like,
A pug are cool, but
I mean, I do
they're
love
also,
like pugs are pretty. Like they are.
The
They're
only
pretty
thing-
ugly, but pretty. They're like
weird-
ugly
like-
pretty. You know, like I
I just cannot be in a
kind of
quiet
thing.
room with them.
Like, yeah. Why?
Because you
Oh,
hear
because
them
like
breathe.
they breathe. Oh, you're well, dude, it's like you're snoring. I can't deal with this right now.
It's like how it sounds. Though. It's like, what the fuck?
He's right by your legs, dude.
I
Just
know,
so
yeah.
you don't kick him.
Oh, he's all about it now.
Well,
Wait, what were you saying before the dog walked?
Oh, no.
Like, we were having a conversation before.
That the day that we got that German balloon, I went to Albertsons. We were gonna get drinks or beer or whatever. And yeah, the same thing there. I was like,
Like, I
fucking
get so giddy when I see a little
What's the
dog.
best
I'm still
thing?
looking at him. I'm still like, oh my god! Like,
which was the best thing too, because that was the one day we didn't record,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we had like free extra beer.
oh, okay,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, cool,
But-
and then he.
Yeah, go
but yeah, like I was there like, six pack of Blue Moon, $12, or 30 pack of Natter Days for $17. I'm gonna go with the Natter Days.
Dude, yeah. I mean, yeah.
And everybody's
Like,
like,
that's just like-
and they
yeah,
were
it's
fucking
like,
slamming
yes.
there.
That's just fucking math, man. That's just like straight up math,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, you'd be silly
And then I had
to
my
not
K-Mo gun,
like,
dude.
Like,
So we were just putting all the cans and
oh
everybody
yeah,
was cheering.
fuck yeah, you got 30 cans to rack with. Like, you have a great time, man. You go out, like,
Yeah.
you have a ball. I've actually, I've been wanting to go out to the desert and like do some shooting, you know,
Yeah,
just because like I mean shooting ranges are cool and stuff like that, but I don't want to pay for anything. Like I'm already
I feel
paying
you.
for like enough for ammo, so I just want to go to the desert and like shoot some shit. And I always think about just keeping all my cans, but I never fucking do, like, because I never go shooting either. So I'm just gonna spend 3 months collecting fucking cans and never go shoot or anything
That's
like
'cause you
that.
have to
You
make a
know,
day.
like,
It's like,
that's
okay,
why,
this
like,
is when I'm
exactly,
gonna
like
go.
I gotta make a full fucking day of it. Of like, okay, my shit's locked and loaded. Let's go. Like, get in the fucking Jeep.
Shit, I'm
Let's
down,
drive.
dude.
Let's get the fuck out. You know, like, and let's go. You know? But like, fuck, like what
Dude,
on a
by the
Monday?
way,
On a
I
Tuesday?
mean, I know we talked about it earlier, but I think your Jeep is like the coolest fucking Jeep I've ever seen.
It's the silliest fucking dude.
when you
It's
were
so
pulling
silly,
in,
bro. It's so silly.
I
and
totally
you
do.
waved to him. I was like, wait, did he just wave? Yeah, dude, did you see where he waved from? Like, why is he on the right side? Because the steering wheel's on the right. What?
It's so silly, man, dude. It's so silly. Like I actually get a kick out of it if I like, as long as I'm not going through a drive-through. That's the only thing that sucks.
Oh,
Because if
that's
there's
true.
like I need a co-pilot if I'm going through the drive-through, because then they can order for me. If not, then I'm just like I'm screaming at people from like 3 feet away. You
Isn't
know?
it the best thing when you pull out to the window? Like, what
Yeah,
the
oh no,
fuck?
people like lose their shit. They're
You
like,
just
wait,
gotta get one of those little like
I
shark
got-
heads.
yeah, right.
that
Just
go-
the hands, and then like just like
Just bring it
'cause
back.
It's the, like I want to go in backwards. Like I want to go in reverse,
No,
so that
that's
way
fair.
I'm actually like pulled up next to him and shit like that.
Dude,
Like,
I-
because that's the only thing that sucks. Other than that, I fucking love that Jeep. It is so awesome. It's right-hand drive, so the steering wheel is on the wrong fucking side. So it's always like, it's a conversation piece for one thing. You know, it's always somebody asking like, "Hey, what's wrong with your Jeep?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing's wrong with it. You don't say what's wrong with your Jeep. Why is your Jeep so cool?" Like, no, it's just a weird. It is fucking
Yeah.
weird. It's funny, man. But I love it, man. I'm
No, I think it's
100%
dope.
into it. Like I said, when I first got it, I fucking hated it. It was like a grandma car, little tires, little lift. Like it was just. Nah,
you always
yeah,
think
just
about
nah,
it. It's a
nah. So put a little work into it, and now like I actually fucking enjoy the thing, and it's a great conversation piece. People always ask me like, why is your car from the wrong fucking, like, why is it on the
Well,
wrong
that's the
side?
best
Like,
thing.
are the pedals backwards? And I'm like, no,
No,
actually,
dude, it's
they're
the
the
same
same. Yeah, and they're like, do they have that in standard? And I was like, I hope not, because you'll
They do.
fucking crash.
They do.
Because that's terrifying,
They
you know?
do.
But it's an old mail truck, so with this one, they
Yeah.
didn't offer it in standard, you
Okay.
know? Like,
Yeah,
But
because
it-
I have a homie that he has an R33 and it's just like stick. I was like, oh, like I like it. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. But just fucking.
Wait, are the gear positions in the same place or it's
Yeah,
different?
everything-
yeah,
the same.
it's the same place.
You're
It's
just on the
that you
wrong
have to
side,
carry
yeah.
with your left.
That's
Some
so weird.
it's like
It's like the same thing with like the stereo. Like the knob is on the wrong side, so I have to reach like all the way to the other side of the stereo to turn the fucking like to turn shit on and off and stuff like that. So everything else is like normal.
Yeah.
Like everything else is like
It's
a regular
literally
fucking
just the steering
car.
wheels over here.
Basically, like
The stereo's even angled to the passenger because it's what it what should be the
Okay,
driver's
yeah.
side. So it's legitimately
you're still
just
switching like from first, second, but it's
all-
just like first, second.
that actually
third.
sucks because I can't see. Like I have to feel when I'm
Yeah.
because like all the like letters and shit are on the opposite side.
Yeah.
So the handle's in the way, so I have to like look over and see if I'm in reverse or I just like all right, here we go. Or like I gun it and it just like revs like crazy. I'm like shit neutral, and then I drop it into drive or something like that. You know, like because it has those little quirks, you know, so it's more than just like, oh, you're on the wrong side of the fucking road. Like I have friends that are like, dude, it's scary riding with you, and I'm like, why? And they're like, because you're on the far right side of whatever lane you're in. And I'm like, yeah, because I can't see my left side because it's on the opposite side, but I can see my lane on this side, so I'm gonna be really close to this side. They're like, yeah, I think you're gonna hit all the cars parked on the side of the street.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they're
oh,
just
it's because
hating.
you're used to driving to the really far left, so you have like 3 feet of space between you. No, I'm like touching them when I'm driving by and shit. Like I'm like wiping my fingers across the hoods of cars and shit like that. Like I could high five you if you pulled up next to me. Like
That's the best
because it's
thing.
driver to driver.
That's
So
the one
it's
thing
like,
I want to do. Is like, hey.
and that makes people so much more like willing to talk to you about it too. Because like as soon as I pull up, like if I make eye contact, they're like, and then they roll the window down, like it's like they get it, they're like, oh, we're looking at each other, we're gonna talk about this, and then they roll the window down, and they're like, what's up with your Jeep? And I like I have the whole spiel laid out, you know, I'm like, oh, it's an old mail truck out of Colorado, you know, so it's got the bigger engine, it's 4-wheel drive, it's got the
likes to
better rear
party.
end, you know, like it's a fucking great Jeep, I love it to death. And they're like, oh, that's crazy, and I'm like, yeah, it's fucking fun, you know, mail truck.
Yeah, 'cause, like when
And then
he
the light
saw
turns
it-
green and I get the fuck out of there, you know?
Yeah, when he saw it, I was telling him about this guy that has a C10 and he made it into a right-wheel drive.
Oh,
But
no
the
shit.
only reason he did it is because the body has holes on the floor. It's like I didn't want to get. No, he's like I didn't want to get my shoes wet.
So
And I was
it's just
like-
easier to switch it to the
Yeah,
other.
like, so, like you couldn't wall
That
the
seems
new
like
floor.
so much. Yeah,
That
just
was, like,
put it in,
excessive.
you can get a little
But
like.
at the same time, it's like just imagine like a '60s C10.
But that's badass though, like
And
because
he's
those don't
doing
exist.
a burnout, and like when you do a burnout, like what's the first thing? Like you
Those
put
aren't-
your hand outside.
they're not things, right?
And you're
Like-
doing burnout, but you're like, oh fuck, I have to do my what? Like where do I hold it?
Yeah, right. Like that's weird. Like see, and
But his business, like, what do you do? It's like, oh, my shoes were getting wet.
you're like so just
Like weld the new floor?
put a nice like you can get like a WeatherTech. Get like a WeatherTech floor mat in
Yeah.
there, and you're golden, right? Like
No,
my
but-
Jeep actually has holes in the bottom of it, so that way like it's got plugs and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So when you
Oh,
take the
okay.
top
That's
off and
all.
everything like that, yeah, if it rains, you just pull the plugs and it'll all
my
drain
Bronco
through
had the
like
same thing. My Bronco
it'll
had the same
drain,
thing.
it'll drain through the floor pan, so that way you don't
Have
have
you
to
ever
worry
gotten
about
stuck
it. Like,
driving with the top off and the rain gets you?
oh fuck yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Dude,
Like,
we're living
yeah,
in El Paso,
it's brutal.
like,
It's
fucking
brutal.
rain
Like,
comes out
when it
out of
comes out,
nowhere.
I'm like, it's not gonna. Oh my god! And I'm like drenched, you know. Like,
But it's not like,
but it's
like little bit, it's just like, fuck
it's not
you,
that
flood.
bad actually, because I always ride it with like a bikini top, so I have some sort of like top cover.
Yeah.
But there's a big gap between the bikini top and like the door, stuff like that. So like regardless, you're getting hosed. Like it doesn't matter where you're sitting in that car.
And not the
If
good
it's
hose.
raining, yeah, not in a good way. You're just like cold and chilly.
I
And,
think
like
you
this
got an
sucks.
order, man.
Yeah? Sorry. You cool? Yeah?
Oh, it's about the outside beer. Yeah, Jack might not be cool with it.
I thought last time that was cool.
No, I guess
Talk
not.
about it.
But that's all right. We'll just have to. Oh well.
No,
Yeah,
it's only you and me now.
yeah. We'll enjoy these then.
It happens.
Oh, and that's fine. I always like to not upset people about stuff like this. You know, it always sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's a smash beer,
It's a
right?
smash beer, right?
Yeah, snake drive and smash.
That's very good. That's very good.
You better smash after this. Though.
Oh, dude. Well, what? Like while I'm sitting here working at the truck, you know? Like, I mean, I'd hope so, right? Like, let me go throw this can away.
Yeah.
Do people ever like pull everything off of the whole set, like walk away and just?
Not yet.
Hasn't
Not
happened.
yet. Hopefully it doesn't. Like we have like moments where like we hit the mics and we pull the cable, but not like
Well, that's what I always wonder about.
this
like,
is actually the first time we're using the headsets because I knew we were gonna be outside. It's like, oh shit, like we need just in case like the traffic or something.
What do you guys usually do then? Do you guys have like?
So it all
It's
depends.
usually this. We just don't use. Everybody doesn't have headsets. It's usually just me like listening to the audio, and that's usually it.
Oh, really?
Because we're usually inside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
like-
true too. Like, I was wondering how that was gonna work.
Yeah.
I mean, they even asked me earlier. They're like, "Hey, like, how's it gonna be with the outside music and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Oh, well,
We'll make it work.
I was like, I don't know. Like,
It's not picking it up
I was
as
like,
much
I
on
have
the
no
mic,
clue.
so
Like, to
perfect.
be honest, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
so
like, I
like,
have really no idea. So.
if anything, we're lucky that Fernando Vitolas sponsors us, so we will have the room at the cigar shop
Oh, yeah,
where we
yeah,
can
yeah.
record, and
Yeah.
that's it. Like we save it for the recording, and he's like, yeah, it's as long as you buy a cigar or like your guest buys a cigar, you're fine. It's
Did
like,
you
oh,
guys? So were you guys already doing this when you started talking to them about getting sponsored, or how did that like?
So we've been kind of lucky. Like our first sponsor was Old SheepDOg. Old SheepDOg. When they opened,
Delicious, by the way.
I went there the first day they opened, and I showed up with my T-bird. Gotta get that out, Brittany. Love you.
Beautiful, by the way. Beautiful.
And I was like, the first day I had all his beers just going one way, and then like 2 days later they wanted to go with his coworkers, and like, oh yeah, like I'll go, and then like I right away as soon as like he remembers me, and was like we said hi to him, and then I was telling him that we were doing this podcast, kind of like where we started like having an idea, was like we want to promote local.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you know what? It's like, you guys like to drink, right? It's like, yeah. It's like, I'll give you beer.
Like, welcome to El Paso. Like, that's always the fun.
Yeah, I was just
like,
like-
oh, what do you guys like to do? Well, we drink. And, you know, I feel like that was the majority of the way I explained my time when I was in LA. Like, oh, what do you do in El Paso? I'm like, oh, ask me another question. Like, you don't have anything like, oh, it's a beautiful town and it's right next to a mountain and it's gorgeous and we have UTEP and like, there's plenty of other things to talk about, but it's always like, oh, fuck, we drink. Yeah, we drink.
And
like, we drink a lot.
she
too.
started like, hey, like whenever you guys record, like let me know, no, like I'll give you some beer or a discount, whatever. And it just became like a relationship.
Yeah.
And we did a show with him, and he really had a lot of fun. So it just became like a constant thing. And then we did one with Fernando, which is the owner of Vitolas. And the same thing is like, well, you can if you don't have a place to record it, like let me know. I'll let you use the room. It's just like you're bringing new people that hasn't been to a cigar shop.
Yeah.
Where a cigar shop that has like high-end whiskey, like not just like fucking Jack Daniel's Bullet. Like no, yeah, they have like good ass whiskey, good
Man, if
drinks.
that's my jam, then it's like scotch and whiskey. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're
Like,
like,
fuck all
oh,
that jelly. If that's my jam, then,
And
then
it's
that's
just
what it
like,
would be.
He
Like
told us
scotch and
like, yeah,
whiskey.
as long
like,
as you're bringing people,
sure.
and it's just like the only thing I'm asking you is just like either you guys buy a smoke, like a single smoke, or they just buy a smoke as well, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like as long as there's a single sale, and that's it. Like that's all you have to do. And like for us, sponsorship is not about money. It's just about like promoting other places.
Yeah, getting everything going.
So that's
right?
why
like, definitely.
every time we start the show, it's just like, hey, like thank you to these two people. It's like, yeah, like as long as they come by, and like we have someone that goes, it's like, oh, like I heard it from 6 Feet Under Studios.
Shit,
It's like, fuck yeah, dude.
I'll sponsor you guys with like lunch and shit.
Hey, you don't gotta say that twice,
gotta
man.
just
I'll be like,
hey, by the way, like White Knife is like feeding us chicken sandwiches right now, and I'll be like, hey, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'll be fucking down. It's like, hey.
I'm not a man to ever turn down food.
Like I'm saying, I can do that like once a fucking week or some shit like that. Like I think I can.
We do it once
I think
a
I
week.
can take that hit. Like I think I can manage that. Like ooh,
Yeah,
I
but
can
it's
do that.
also like it's not even about the money. It's just like we just want to keep doing it, like to promote local.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the whole point of this. Like we became a thing of just promoting like local businesses, creators,
Yeah.
anything. It's just like
Well, that's
whatever
what
you guys
I mean.
do is like
That's what I
you
was
can
telling Good
combine.
Times. I was like, oh, it's actually a lot of fun. Like that's pretty much all they do is really just go around town and talk to the people that are doing stuff in town, you know,
Yeah.
and keeping it like fucking legitimately local, and
Dude,
that's awesome, you know. Like
We were talking about a fucking just stupid shit like talk about all these house right now.
yeah, right, like yeah, dude, it's so
And
good.
it's just like-
don't even get me started. Dude,
No, but it was
like
just like
we'll have a whole
I was
other
like, bro,
podcast.
we just talked about that.
like we'll have a whole other
We're gonna
We're gonna have to
podcast.
change the name
How
of the podcast for
badass.
this episode.
Like,
Instead
like
of
this whole
White
house.
Knife.
Like,
Like,
dude, all right, what do you want to know? Do you want to know how to fucking like plumb a toilet? Do you want to know how to like level a fucking bench? I can do all
But
that. Shit, like
it's that
it's
like we
ridiculous.
just want like, and if you don't have like you're not okay with us being there, like we're like, oh, we'll set up a spot like where we can record,
yeah.
because we did a saber dude with this guy that makes beef jerky at his
Oh,
place,
wait.
and we did it at my house, and it was fine. Like he
beef
brought
jerky.
us.
What
yeah.
beef jerky is he like?
His name's he goes under saber
he goes
dude.
under Sabretooth, but he makes
Oh.
all these like cool like little beef jerky flavors. He has a bunch
And
of
then
different
fruit-
ones.
and chewies.
And fruit chews.
I was just thinking like, I mean, it's probably not this. No, I'm thinking of like borracho like jerky or something
one
like
second, let me do it
that.
really quick.
Like,
Oh, okay.
know what's happening. What's happening right? Starting over.
That's because after like a couple minutes, 29 minutes, we have to restart it.
Oh, that's how. Yeah, yeah.
remember.
Oh, you mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like he makes jerky, and it was just like, oh, cool. Like, he makes badass jerky. Like, I was
That's
just
what, that's what I was
it's a mix of like the classic Mexican style jerky with the U.S. jerky. So it's just like, oh fuck, like.
Because like I mean,
That's
like, because like classic Mexican, I'm thinking like, you know, this super thin, like
it's like
that's
that.
how it
you
is.
put
It's
it
like
in
thin,
like, yeah,
but
like
it has
that.
like good flavors.
But
Okay,
it's the flavor of like your American jerky, like
It's like the
heavy,
teriyaki, you know?
barbecue
Oh, yeah.
teriyaki, and you're
Have you
like,
seen?
oh,
I
dude.
think it's this dude. I don't know if it's this. There's a couple of people that run around town selling beef jerky, right? Like they go into bars and like they'll sell their own beef jerky. And there's one dude and his name is, oh man, I don't remember, but it's like he goes around and he literally has like basically a jewelry case full of like
This jerky.
beef jerky samples. Yeah. So it's like think of think of what you would keep like a bunch of rocks and stuff like that in, or like I don't know what or like nuts and
Yeah,
screws,
like-
like just like a divider box or something like that. I don't know what you would call it. Yeah, but like. He has a
Beautiful
bunch of
jerky.
like beef jerky in it. Yeah. So if you want to try it, like he'll flip open the lid and the
Really?
lid will have like a little diagram on it and it'll tell you like,
Dude,
well, this is this flavor, this is this, and it'll be like, oh, well, let me try that. He'll pull out some tweezers and shit and like give you a little sample of each of the flavors, you know? And like, man, I feel bad because I wish I knew this dude's name because I want to give him a shout out because that's a lot of like, that's selling, like his work, and he's like, here, try
We can
this,
make
try
up a
this,
name.
try this. Yeah, like he's going at it, you know?
So I heard
But I don't think it's that same guy, like,
No,
I don't think it's-
No, I don't think so.
No, Carlos, he also like left out of town to Chicago to pursue cooking and everything.
I was like, to
So
make
he-
beef jerky? What the
No,
fuck?
he
I was like, is there
like-
like crazy,
he's
like,
also
is there
like a
crazy
chef.
demand?
There's a
for
high
beef
demand for jerky in
Yeah,
Chicago.
like, is there like a
he's
man and like
he's a
draw
chef
for
as well.
Chicago?
He's a chef that
Oh,
like,
fuck
actually
yeah.
like has culinary like
Yeah.
background and all that.
Oh, dude,
So
Chicago's
he's,
hot though. Like for culinary
Yeah,
stuff,
he
like
told us like
definitely.
he learned
Chicago's
under,
fucking badass.
one
like.
of the master chefs from
Oh,
the
really?
actual show Master Chef. Was,
Oh
like,
yeah, no shit.
He was like, oh, like I learned this, and like he was like, oh,
Oh, that's cool.
That's how we found out you can just put water in a bowl and call it
Oh
soup.
my god.
I mean, you can.
We had that discussion. We're like, so if you put water in your soup, it's technically soup.
But
So if
since
I put beer in a
I know-
bowl, I can say I'm eating soup.
Beer soup.
Yeah,
Beer soup.
I know
Why the
peop-
fuck
I
not?
know
It's got a
people-
single ingredient, but like that ingredient is derived by many other
So why isn't
ingredients.
cereal
like,
soup then?
Well, I
Because
know people
cereal-
that call cereal soup, and I'm just like, why? Like it's
Well, it is soup, but it has its own name. Like we
Yeah.
just call it cereal, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's soup. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have me a
that's
nice bowl of
actually the
soup,
best answer.
and then like like I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna have me a bowl of soup, and then like pour a bowl of cereal. I'm gonna pour a bowl of
Pour it
cereal,
Fruity
and if
Pebbles.
somebody wants to say like, hey, that's some weird soup, I'll be like, yeah, it's cereal soup. Like,
But-
like it's
but-
still like,
Yes,
I'm not
Fruity
gonna argue
Pebbles.
that. Yeah, exactly. Like
but
that's
it-
all. Like,
but it's Cookie Crisp called cereal.
Yeah, dude.
Or
It's
soup.
cereal.
no, it's totally
Cookie
cereal.
Crisp. It's just
Still
cookies and
cereal.
milk.
Yeah, it's still cereal, but they're little like
But they're
bite-sized
little
cereal
bite-sized
size.
cereal baked.
And
I think
I never
like
had
the
it.
whole concept of cereal, I think, is more so like a milk involved sort of thing, and like we just call it cereal. It's like calling like all like soda, right? Or like
Or
Coke,
pop,
yeah,
well, that's
pop.
why like
you know,
everyone here,
yeah,
like
yeah.
when you say like I need a Coke,
there might be some place in the
and,
yeah.
and they're not just specifically saying Coke.
No,
They're
it's
just
true,
saying
that's
like,
true.
hey, I want a Sprite or Dr Pepper. Something.
Honestly, there might be some
So
place
I
around
just
the world that's all
order-
like, oh, you want some soup? Cool. And they pour you a bowl of like cornflakes or something like that. Like, that's very possible. You know, you're
Dude,
like,
it is
oh,
possible.
what do you have like,
Dude,
like what do you have
this
for
is-
dinner?
like,
Like,
this
what do
is
you have for
out of
dinner?
anything.
Oh, it's dinner soup.
I just-
And it's like,
I just order.
it's like raisin bran
Cactus
crunch or
Cooler.
some shit like that, you know? Like dessert is like
Yeah.
fucking the peanut butter Captain Crunch or something like that, you know? Like,
the peanut butter country crunch.
that's what
Hey,
I don't
Reese's
like-
Pieces or the
Dude,
Reese's
Reese's
cereal is
Reese's
fucking
is fucking
amazing,
amazing.
dude.
It is. It is.
I
I
can
always
only
have
take
like
one
at least
bowl.
3 boxes of cereal at my house. Like
Which
always,
ones, though?
always. Right now I have like raisin bran.
Fuck yeah.
Raisin bran crunch actually, because that's like it's just
You like
good
that-
that
you
way.
like that
Yeah,
little
it's
I was
good.
gonna say,
Yeah, little
like-
crunch, little raisins.
get it.
weird.
No more Raisin Bran extra.
No, it's just a little bit of extra crunch. It's fun, you know. But also, I fucking love Life cereal.
Dude,
I
Life
haven't-
is good.
I haven't had
I feel
life
like-
in years.
I
Life
feel like
is
it's an
delicious.
in-between adult cereal. Like I feel like it's like
It's not
healthy
enough
enough
sugar,
that it's like but
but
it's
it's
also
also
like
not-
kid enough.
I just
that
remember
don't
getting
feel
that cereal all
like
the time. My mom would go to the wig where they would give all the fucking coupons and shit for food and whatnot.
you're like cool Life.
I always get
Like
Life
$1
cereal,
off
and
or
there was
like-
like this like little star cinnamon sugar cereal. That shit was delicious.
Star cinnamon sugar cereal. What was that?
It was fucking amazing. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It's like one of those cheap cereals that you just find in the weirdest places, but it was fucking good.
Man, I'd get bags of cereal and shit like that. Like, dude, I don't care. Like off-brand, it's cool.
off-brand,
Yeah, it's cool. Like, I don't mind. Like, I'm fucking fine with that, dude.
Whatever.
Like, I'm all about it.
Cereal.
And I got regular Captain Crunch right now. I usually go for like
Fruity.
all berries. Yeah, like
all
oops,
berries
all
are
berries. Hey, you didn't fuck up. You did that on purpose.
I like the mix. I like the mix.
Yeah.
Captain Crunch is fucking
But that's
amazing.
why,
I love Captain
Like,
Crunch.
it cuts the shit out of your
Oh,
mouth.
yeah, for
like,
sure.
it's like, it's a risk.
Dude,
It's a
also, like,
50-50.
That's also why I
like-
didn't like the Tricks ones where they made them into all little balls.
Oh, yeah?
That shit would cut up my mouth like a mother.
That's so funny. Like,
I never
you'll
had it, but I'm
risk
scared.
like hurting yourself. You'll risk like physically injuring yourself to have a fucking bowl of
Like,
cereal,
God
right?
damn it, these things,
Which one is the-
these things aren't for kids.
Yeah, to like just have a bowl of cereal,
What's
just to like
the
munch,
pop?
you know, like
What's some pop one?
Corn Pops.
Corn pop. I love that one. Corn pops is a shit for me.
Corn Pops is good too.
corn pops. Is it
But it
just,
has the stupidest bag ever in my
Oh, yeah, I
fucking
fucking
life.
hate that bag,
regular
though.
Pops?
That bag can never open properly.
Dude, that for some reason
What's-
that back is like extra reinforced.
It's like people open shit like psychos. That's what I say. Like if I like, I look at how you open.
do
Like
you
I'll look
find
at
it?
how you. Well, no, I'm just saying. I'll look at how you open like a bag of chips, and some people like open them like sideways and just like tear the
Oh,
side off.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah. I hate that.
You're a fucking psychopath.
Why would
Like,
you do that? That
All
makes
you
no
like.
sense.
Unless
All
you're
you're
making
doing is,
dirty
like,
nachos.
yeah, like
yes.
all you're doing
Other
is
than
setting
that,
it up to
don't fucking
like
go through that
slice shit. Like all you're doing is setting it up to like have that bag rip into a million pieces and like fall apart. That's all you're doing. So I'm like, you open bag like a psychopath. Just stab it with a knife. Like just fucking stab it with a knife. Split it up.
You
Just
might
say,
as well grab a machete and fucking just slap that shit open,
just
man.
explode it. Like what the
Fucking
fuck? Like
shoot
why
at
even
it.
bother? Then just put it on the floor, step on it, pop it open, and just hope some stays in the bag. You know, like shit like that. Like, sometimes
if
like
you're frying cornflakes, fuck you.
cornflakes. Yeah, right. You're like, you son of a bitch. You're like, why is there cornflakes under your sofa? You're like, I don't want to talk about it. I had a bad experience with that box today. It wasn't good.
Did you guys ever mix cereals?
Yes.
I was never a mixer. To be
No.
honest.
The only reason is because
I
like
was
we
never,
ran out
like-
of it, and then I had too much milk, so I would like pour more in it.
Okay, well maybe I would.
No,
Like,
I've done it, dude. I used to do that shit all the time.
I mean, I'll finish a bowl of cereal and then go pour a different bowl of cereal into the
like
same
at
milk.
the same
like-
exact time.
Oh no,
not at the same exact
No,
time.
I don't think
Like I used to mix like Frosted Flakes with like Fruity Pebbles,
I mean, I get it.
and
I
it was
get-
delicious.
I mean, I
just
get
picture
it.
the
Like,
sugar rush on it.
That's why, dude.
well, that's like that's why I get it.
I knew
I've just never done it. You know, I've never
I knew a
like.
guy that used to put more sugar on Frosted Flakes. It's like,
That's like all Mexicans do. My dad used to do that shit all the time. He would get regular cornflakes, and you're supposed to eat the cornflakes regular because it's like the healthier
That's what-
version.
no, you put sugar on
and
that
he would
shit.
get the sugar.
Yeah, you sprinkle sugar on it. Yeah,
It's like, what the fuck?
You get a spoonful of sugar and you
Yeah,
sprinkle
put
it
some
across the top.
berries on
Yeah,
top
and
of
you
it,
just fucking
too,
munch
like,
on that.
fuck you,
Of
dude.
course you do, dude. I don't think I've ever had not sweet like cornflakes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Even if it's like out of the box, like no, my grandma's
No,
like,
I'm
here, let
just
me
saying,
fix
like-
that for you. Like,
like,
you know, my
already-
grandma,
like,
you know,
already
like,
Frosted
don't worry,
Flakes.
I got you.
yeah, my grandma gets the like the pre-mixed Kool-Aid that's already like full of
Oh,
sugar
yeah,
that you
yeah.
just add water and she adds another cup of sugar. Like that's just
shit.
yeah, fuck yeah. My grandma was the shit. Oh god, she was it was awesome. She'd always just feed me no matter what. Like as soon as I'd walk in, she'd be like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know what's up." Like, yeah, quiero comer.
grandma-
Like right off
grandma's
the
is the
bat.
best.
Like right off the bat. Like quiero comer. My parents would be like, "You better not say that shit. Like you better not get to grandma's. You just fucking had dinner. You better not get to grandma's and be all quiero comer." And what do? I walk into grandma's. I'm like, "Quiero comer." And she's like, "All right." She make me some like huevos fritos and some fucking bologna and like she's like, "This is what I have. Do you want some cereal?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I
Dude,
want
like,
some cereal."
I
Like,
think the
my
best
grandma
thing
just
like
fucking
growing
feed
up,
me. Just fucking feed me. You know?
the best thing me growing up, like when my grandma knew that I drink, it was just like you go to her house, it's like classic grandma, like you don't see any liquor or anything, but it's like, "Hey, mijo, you want some whiskey?" It's like, "Yeah."
You're like, well, yeah.
And out of nowhere, just like a bottle of like,
And it's like a handle too. It's not even
yeah,
like
no,
a,
no.
like,
The worst is like we actually like went to her house, looked for it, we couldn't find it. We just told her like, "Hey, I want
Is that
some
fucked up?
whiskey."
That I used to like look through my grandma's shit to find candy and stuff like that too. Like my grandma would hide fucking candy. She wouldn't hide whiskey. She'd hide like candy bars and shit like that. So we'd be like, "Oh shit, she's got candy out," and we'd like find candy and shit like that.
man.
Like yeah,
I guess
like hidden
mine
in the
is, like, she
dresser
just-
and shit.
She still likes.
like, like,
See, my grandma drinks the best things. But I'm scared of it too,
yeah.
because she told me and my brother that, because my brother was drunk. He's like, "We're gonna die, grandma." It was 10 years ago when she was 90.
Okay.
Well, she was 80. Sorry,
Well, I mean,
85.
I feel
at
like
the
that's an
time.
understandable like concern, you know.
But then,
like,
like my grandma, the worst thing my grandma answered was like, "I'm gonna bury you guys."
Okay.
Oh, yo, that's kind of creepy. That's a little like.
And then my grandma now it's 95.
Like, is she like
And I'm
dead in
just
the
like-
eyes staring at you like when she
Yeah.
says that?
But then it's like, okay, she's joking. It's like she's 95. It's like it's becoming true.
He's like, she's got, I don't know, like 5 more years. Like,
I was like, oh,
well, that means
shit.
you guys are gonna die in 5 more years, right? Like, not that like, or
That's what she's saying.
or that you guys
She's
could
not
die
saying
any
do it,
moment
That's
right
what she
now.
said. That's
Yeah,
what she's
she's
saying.
like, she's still gonna bury me. I'm just
So
like,
you
grandma,
guys could
just-
die at like any fucking moment right now.
she's
She's
been-
gonna be fine. That's what she's saying.
She's
like,
been
I'm
sick,
golden.
and then
like.
she out of nowhere gets perfectly fine. I'm just like, damn it, grandma, like, is it gonna happen? Are you burying me?
Dude, I don't know, dude. If my grandma like looked me dead in the eye and said that, I'd probably believe her. I'd be like, you've
I
done a
still
lot of
believe
shit
her,
in your
dude.
life.
I
Like,
still believe her.
you've done a lot
You
throughout
are a
life.
wise old
Like,
woman.
yeah, you've
I
done a
believe
lot
you.
of shit.
You used to date
yeah,
Pancho
probably.
Villa.
Like, what? You used to date Pancho Villa, and she's like, yeah, I did. And you're like, that's why I believe you. That's why. If you have to, you'll probally shoot us. Like,
but where
you'll
the
do what you
millions?
have to make
Where's
this
the money
real.
at, though?
Like,
I'm just
like,
asking.
you'll tell us what we have to do to make this real, right? She's like, one day you're just gonna wake up and grandma's like on top of you with the pillow. Like, she's like, I'm sorry, mijo, I gotta do it.
Sorry, mijo. I feel like a heart
Me dijo
attack,
Dios,
but-
mijo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, yeah. Me dijo Dios. Ya no dices nada, eh.
But
Vete con tu abuelito, eh.
and then she turns on the camera. I was like,
Llévate
oh.
los galletas con él.
Llévatelo. Te hice galletas para llevar a tu grandma.
And then she turns on the candle. I was like, oh, fuck, it's real.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, it's actually happening. Grandma.
Grandma, I didn't get to watch the new episode of Power Rangers. Wait.
Gam, 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 gam.
That's fine. She just like takes your waffle maker off of your dresser and
shit.
throws it in the bathtub with you.
That would suck.
That's what she does. She's like, yeah, sé que voy a
Mijo,
hacer.
¿quieres waffles con
Ay, cabrón. I just throws it in.
Throws it in.
Like, shit, here's your waffles. I knew it. Damn.
That's your
All
last
right.
meal.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Fuck.
¿Qué quieres comer? Waffles. All right. She's up perfecto. Ahí vengo al ratito, eh. Comes back.
Oh,
Pácatela.
man,
She
dude.
just fucking straight in the fucking.
Like she puts him on the edge, but then she walks out and just pushes out.
Mhm.
It's like, ay, Perdón.
From
Ay, mijo,
food
¿qué te
trucks
pasó?
to murdering grandmas.
Yeah, right, yeah,
We get everything in
Ay,
here.
mijo, ¿qué te pasó? ¿Qué? No sé qué pasó, nomás me fui.
tómate una 7-Up y se te
¿Verdad?
quita.
Ponte un poco de Vicks y ya.
Sana, sana.
That's right. It is like from food trucks to killing grandmas. Like that's exactly where this went.
fuck.
Like, yeah, definitely.
And with that, I guess we're gonna take that option to go ahead and end this episode for today.
Alright.
So
Like always, we like to thank our beautiful sponsors, and one of them,
Definitely.
we're actually drinking it.
yeah.
We changed beers. We started a beanie lager. We're drinking Snake and Drive Smash beer. Shout out to Gus from Old SheepDOg. Old SheepDOg located at 3900 Rosa Avenue, El Paso, Texas 79905. Right there on Lincoln Park, Del Barrio. Come on down, dude. Have a delicious beer. 8 beers on tap. Don't be a culo. Grab a good one.
Ah, no sean culos, güey.
Culo el que se raje, dude. That's outside of the brewery.
That's what.
Yeah, culo el que se raje. So also want to thank Fernando and Mia from Vitolas. Vitolas located at 216 West Franklin, El Paso, Texas 79901, right across the baseball stadium. 360 cigars, so you cannot say you cannot find a cigar for yourself, because fucking have it, dude. Don't be a culo again. Have it. Also enjoy some delicious whiskey and bourbon from them. They make good stuff. You have a good cigar, good music, just good chill times. You know what? Go buy a beer at Old SheepDOg. Take it to Vitolas. Have a cigar with it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm gonna close the fucking truck. I'm out of here. I'm gonna do all the things you just said right now.
And as always, guys, please be sure to check us out at 6feetunderstudios.com, where you will find links to all of our streaming platforms, including our YouTube, Spotify, and our Apple Podcasts. You'll
Tasers
also find
OnlyFans.
links to my OnlyFans on there as well, where all I do is play with fans. Actual fans, nothing else.
Yeah,
And fuck, I totally forgot what I was going to say now.
Sorry.
Shit.
So what it feels
we
like.
totally messed up your flow.
Totally
We're like,
messed it
oh yeah,
up,
that
man.
sounds right.
I had my spiel, and now it's all gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, please be sure to check us out on there at 6feetunderstudios.com. You'll find everything that we got going on there, as well as our local spotlight, where we like to put something on there for everybody who we work with and talk with on there. You'll find something new up on there every week. Make sure you guys check them out. Remember, guys, we're all about supporting local, especially right now during all these hard times we're all facing. Those people in your local community are the ones who are getting hit the hardest. So make sure you support local. It's very important to us and to our community. With that,
Special thanks to Alex for joining
special
us.
thanks to Alex
Awesome.
from White Knife Dining. listening.
Come swing by the truck. We're over here at Good Times on the corner of Mesa and Cincinnati. We'll run until 10, and same thing tomorrow. We're here most of the week too. Just come by, have some good food, check it out.
Delicious food.
Have some
Order a
drinks,
Nashville
sit down
chicken.
for a little bit. Have the Nashville, yeah. Maybe the smash burger to go along with that smash beer. Because
Gonna smash it, right?
Yeah,
Smash
there
burger,
you go.
smash
Yeah.
And with that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye for today, and we'll see you guys next time.
Stay hard out there.
Thank you.